Charlie.
That will be done.
People say do Yamfa Emao. And now Tuesday, the 17th day of June 2025 in the year of our Lord. Alopai Super Pana Domo na Doya and Mobo Huna Suminumi and Uso. Wajada Su dear Frusani di Pedriamu Tachamada and Abojimu. Divine selection Akaye. Yahoo and that day. And Tianope Yabba Kratias 14. Mananya who has a bebo diaka home. Now the amount of money and you can say a bow dinka one. Let you see a bow dinner, what you just want a adum experience ready a crabby the bataho and the crown. My don't work as an anno pay at Tanasi about some of my chest, my Ghana, and come on, the Diano. What Chafa moon? What driver near Chafa moon? What mate Chafa moon? Rashaba Gani, which Chafa moon. I get the four man, I get the four man, my Chafa moon. The baby I Chafa moon, Channel Pay. The best rest of the kind of home, play, because it's a don't crow. I don't want to pay more for you, I say. Production team now ready. My day workers, I know me at more Fiasa will be a crowd. Watch your mama ASN chill and I don't pay what headed production. Michael Yarrow, our MCR. Samuel Tim Goetna cameras Nechi. Kelly in charge of social media. Apnasa Wamediampo Emma moral support. Mana Prek. Technician on duty and I don't pay. We have a wonderful team right here. Within your Osikani from Manso. I pay you at Tanasi. Yes, in Korea. You betting I pay my Ghana and so papa. And someone would do a boat you call Bremen free and run a draw water. I bet you pray. I pay you the Pegas and Common in your guapaso. Now also what to me who know what to your course and Radane and the Anopay. I pay that what to me a kaya home. The Bachana Pen was samba could be the mouth. So Betty what any year, man, not to wipe you with Tim one. I don't know if I swear what's so sad. I told that now Pimco and one that do baby now you do 1 year. And I said, some more Bemubu. As I said, they are done one that will cool and one Ghana. Sound to a crown house who are Canada for from. Failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. My message will be a move now. Failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. I don't want that same be a paper and I imagine that was an anaja. You reflected to San and Common and Quabrane Edia Danwadano. Was it one no and could even dear what did what a Juma warrior when you know any. anya se bia enkuguo mma anya se bia ene ya ye ka say disappointment emma na mamu no say disappointment ne ba akukudura wo de be hia disappointment na failure no ana kire se dan kwa ba bi no o be pema ko animu ama nkurumdie mapanso atimi aba anapai ade na ensem yi e ka de a kire wo enkuguo die beba na mamu no womu a enkuguo die ba wo makwan mu na wo ntama dan mu a womu entra ho ma enkuguo die no ento mo so wre na womu sinkete hu no se enkuguo die na chi no enkurimdie kese ene nkurimdie mapam bi wo ho no saafo no enya de asan enkuguo no omadi no emprempren no ebe twa form so da entanopaitie failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. Maba mi be show nkran mi be Kenya wa green na no pay say enkuguo ka eya wo bra control no eya de ye beba nanso no wamu edi nkunimu no eya enkuguo ba kwa mo fa so a wamu de etwifa enkuguo die no so no ene kire eya enkunimdi a eda wo manimu etanopay minim de wo famu wo be de sikasemu dagre ni sikasemu hawo sikasemu atete wo brei chese de ode ne sabe so mu bia enye yie wo be de ya wade wo be de ya bawo chese wo bi pe djuma emfie beye edunie we tia nkra montenso Takoradi montenso nyina no wo nya adwuma ne bi nyoye amasa de na dina adwene mu dam se wono de enkuguo die atone so wrenti no enya de ankurimdie beba na afam da be ba chawo wo de sa timoporo ahye wuti be sa de wo kom mprempren ya arapai ma ba me sra o sese sasa eye no shi no na face sasa adwene ni timoporo no a ehye wuti mu no enkuguo die beba ka na sa no se enkuguo ne ba hwia konya obefa so a obedi enkuguo na aba ne so nkunimu no ena be kire eye ka de say enkunimdi a ebeba etino enkuguo a wadie ne aba ne enkoye nyina no kai na hye no so se anka wo sode waka etu anamo agina brane akone etia enkuguo die no a aba no a anka enkunimdi mapa enso ewo ho a etwen wo. Failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. And that one and I will send boat. I can't send me. I say, wano, brano to Miricano. One fine send a tribute that say, Miricano a word to ono, Wabedin Gugu. What him said, Wabedin Kunimu, na, one no one Asia Kaino. Ebimo ewo a great start than him or no Usain Bolt no nanso no asai enweta so a wawiata so se kia ne ke esese wotimi den kudimu no ane ya bo etuo no anase ya bo aban no a womu dikan etuo na monko manimu eja no no wo meki so se rest na ti no wono eba be din kudimu wono ba be di o manimu kan enti no se eniema bi yashase o abrabom na hu no se enkoye na enkuguo di a enam so mo abamu abu a adopa tie biem me say failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. Pem ko animu emma nkuguo die no ensai eye wodache emma nkuguo die no ensai eye daya waso emma nkuguo die no enka won hye na ebo no pem ko animu opem ko animu a eniema ebeye yie enso etimi ede amount entana pay. Failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. Yajina we swam watching asanso about akwaba ha Western Diamond Television. Western in the morning jubedie eso enye. Me pa chaw ya live on all our social media platforms and I pay. And on Facebook no Western Diamond TV uko na wa like him page na fe onya daje na wetimi atro comment ni nyina na e dia tum e dia mane wo wi a bomade ko pelenke na share mai afei eno da nchan so a Womo follow our YouTube no so and pay live Western Diamond TV. O subscribe to your channel no now one joining the biggest conversation nationwide. On TikTok no the after videos of this particular program ni nyina no ebeko akwa guo. Na fe emrepam no so no waje brena wako akwa for WhatsApp and a text ebra 0248071174 0248071174 yebejebre na etimi akenke a wonsem ni nyina enso etimi ede amount anopai ya mawache ya sanso amount akwaba beba chaw nyame ya adomu a enne eboten na ye kan say 10 a.m. and anopai ye hwere mu say the new patriotic party national executives no ebeko eye Alisa Hotel na womo akwakohia na enkoma hodo a party no ene womo ewo nyina no so no womo etimi abo adano ada na the general secretary of the party enso de enkrata eba ya na wo kire mu se nyame adoma ene ese party no mpanifo nyina no ehia ewo eye Alisa Hotel anopa 10 na womo adwendwene party no ho na omudi nkomo kakra so edefa party no ho the way forward eye yakwa animu to eye the next elections no party no meti be agira nai so amane Manso atimi akonkan ede ama party no na general secretary de statement ne bae no wa for the agenda of the meeting amba but you presume say the agenda of the meeting no will be based on 3 solid or key factors the detail kwanya party no efa so na womo are organize no omo unite womo ho na fei kwan so omo befa so ama enguguo de e ba ye adano ada yekoto aba no kwan omo fa so na womo ahyehye niam se de beyo a moving into the 2028 general elections no a critical election for that matter no party no enso ebetimi etua na mawa edi nkunimdie mapa enso ebetimi aba ena fei so no the internal race that party na nimu presidential primaries womo ba be the national primaries and afei the regional and constituency primaries on ba be no so no ye presume say sa enkomodie no enso ebekọ so ewo ene meeting no ase exactly 10 a.m. ewo Alisa Hotel bepa chaw enkrata na ba fato so na ye moboso tew na afei ye nhye enkomo na ase etanopay the inside kwankrata no enimu no and the banner headline or say Galamsey horror Abomosu SHS and STEM students grapple with vision impairment due to polluted waters. Hey, baby, I do not know. Anyway, it's the inside Kratano banner headline and someone at the Horono. Ya bedo san semu wesuko ya kuye appeal court orders NHC to re-enter Boni Adama Lache II in register as Ga Manche. And also Ewoho Afe Wasa Menfi East MCE vows to engage miners to reclaim degraded lands. When also and someone award the insight and Nimuha and Ano pay probe missing 3,000 street lights under ex-MCE. Krowo Assembly members petition local government minister. It's the way and somewhere now pay the inside Kwankratan also Eddie Enamo. You move on to the next newspaper. Where the Inquirer, the banner headline or the National Inquirer, the banner headline of power struggle in MPP brought to oust first vice chairman Bute uncovered. As he also court confirms Bonikin Taki Adama Lache II, Real Ga Manche. As well as fuel prices stabled despite Israel and Iran war. Comac and somewhat woman and ano pay the National Enquirer. Kwankratano emu ensu enye. You move on to the next daily and you now you call to but for the next one okay. The daily searchlight Kwankratano and ano pay or say 2-term limit is enough. Justice Jamafe, Supreme Court nominee support presidential term limits, upholds constitutional provision. When also and somewhere and also at the minority NPP caution Supreme Court nominees. Minority NPP caution Supreme Court nominees. Guard our laws, not executive convenience. And it comes with the photograph of the minority leader in parliament, Osikani Alexander Kwamena Afeyo-Markin. Ex-minister endorses Ken Ejapong gift property to power party mobilization. And also somewhere now pay the daily searchlight Kwankratano also at the enamon. Your free daily searchlight Okunini Ghanaian Times Kwankratano. Gunfire rocks Sunyani over renewed chieftaincy conflict. And Jemu also say Ghana urges Israel, Iran to exercise maximum restraints, prioritize dialogue. FNB receives $35 million capital injection to accelerate growth lending capacity. Supreme Court nominee justifies establishment of public tribunals. The Ghanaian Times and somewhere and then telegraphic and the banner headline or say at parliamentary vetting of justices, Jamafe backs Supreme Court in North. Teachers aiding candidate to cheat in BCE warring from WAEC. New CSD depository post-trade infrastructure go live. Abolish justices sitting as additional judges. Justice J and anyway also a buyer. And you know, daily graphic and someone and pay a woho and so and no. Metro and Squawka and a Bekatro. Former minister endorses Ken Ejapong gives property to power party mobilization. Israel and Iran. Israel versus Iran. Now is the time to make Ghana an energy hub. Onassis Kobi and Eka say Tamale drowns in filth as Zoom Lion contract expires. NPP chairman Stephen Intim steps down temporarily due to health issues. And I pay the Metro Lens Kwankratano and someone a what and him and so and on. Okay, Yamfa delegate the banner headline: Judiciary not financially independent. Supreme Court nominee. Ghana under U.S. scrutiny for proposed travel ban. Government adds 25 private schools to free SHS. Ex-minister endorses Ken Ejapong's NPP flag bearer bid. Ofori-Atta surgery successful. And you know the front page of the Daily Guide Kwankratano and Anope and somewhere and also everywhere. A buyer and so I don't know. Abna sewa and afe what your mama bejim kunya na wamo ado and semumu esuko. Me pa chao and kata free a yera 7 ayensun team. The national chairman of the New Patriotic Party Abusuya for Abase and here and pray chairman who to do na kakra and no one serasa party no emmo makwenya na chairman and who free a party adwuma for now. We at this radio, Yera 7 Ayensun team, the national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Abusuya, and so Eddie Esra, a party no, Sir Wamo Ebemano, a breaker crana, Wako Hen Hoyare, and to know, in team family, temporal break from duty as a national chairman of the New Patriotic Party. We, the family members of Mr. Stephen Ayensu in team, national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, bring you warm greetings. To begin with, we can all attest to Mr. Stephen Intim's lifetime commitment and dedication to the NPP for decades, rising through the ranks from first national deputy chairman to his distinguished service as the current national chairman, as demonstrated by his gentle but very assertive leadership style, his enthusiasm to his job and his sheer love for this great party. At this juncture, we, the family members of Mr. Stephen Intim, have learned that the party has convened a meeting scheduled to be chaired by Mr. Intim, and we would like our beloved son, brother, nephew, and relative, Stephen Intim, to be excused from attendance of this event due to recent development of his health well-being beginning from today, 16th June 2025. Although not official, it is well known that Mr. Intim is not well at the moment and his condition requires time off from active professional activities in the interest of medical attention and monitoring from the time being. Therefore, in compliance with his professional medical advice and in cognizance of his demanding office, we, the family members, do hereby request that Mr. Intim be temporarily excused not only from active office duty but also from outright politics until further notice. And the first paragraph of the statement, the next one. Okay, the next page, so I'll say this is the resolution from the recent extended family meeting. Common sense dictates that Steve, as a matter of urgency, be temporarily excused not only from the rigors of active politics, but from intra-party activities in order to make way for needed peace and solace and for concentration on the ongoing required medical treatment process. The family learned of a circular from the party headquarters signed by its general secretary about a convened party meeting to be held at the Alisa Hotel on June 17, 2025. We are concerned, deeply saddened, and object to the fact that Steve is scheduled to chair the event, although it is known to the party rank and file he is indisposed and incapacitated to be in attendance, let alone chairing the function. As with any human, even merely participating in such event will not augur well for Steve due to his current cognitive dissonance and mental incapacitation for such a high-profile event at a time like this, not to even factor in chairing it, and we, the family members, reject this wrong move in the subtle backdrop of his personal human rights. We, the family members of Stephen Intim, trust the NPP party hierarchy and stakeholders to accordingly do the right thing and excuse Mr. Intim from being a part of the impending meeting and its event of the near future, while his future plans decision and considerations are under review and consultation. We thank everyone concerned. Sincerely, jointly signed, and then the names of the representative of the family are down there. And the NPP national chairman Stephen Ayesu Intim Ebusuya say, Papa no do no kakra. Obaka kra no abra Dr. Lagba Mudbam ya share ni thank you to onase Waba to amantemu ase no hwe papa no na hokeka na ahokeka no wo fom kakra. Afei omkopie mu Ashanti region kra no okra de oredroye se ne ho emfa ni ntino opese oredro na wokogye na home kakra ema eye party no agitumu Dr. Lagba Mudbam ya so gitumu se ene yese eye apomudi nko ade a na obehia se de waka no party ni mpanimfo nso etimi gitum na womo ede ye adwuma etino since then no yehunu yera 7 team in a active party functions no enkro ne ba until enrada abusuya na ede sa enkrata we abeto mountain so almost MPP the rank and file say nyame aduma enne the national executive you can say leadership meet na wam ebeko no it is said to be chaired by chairman Stephen Ayesu Intim, but abusuya ne say aha na pomudin no enhyada enyina brane ntino wam sere the rank and file and the hierarchy of the NPP say ebeyanka womo empeni pa wofro na onche dwumadie no emfa momo se na ebeyo a won papa no ebenya eye akwanya na enei onso atimi ahwe ne ho yare enti no we eye ensam a efiri chairman Stephen Ayesu team abusua ho enso ede aba and rather so any the family of Ken Ofori-Atta released a statement with regards to the former finance minister ne surgery well ye ana wobe okoye ye ewo Mayo Clinic na a statement signed by the wife of the former finance minister no or say my husband Ken Ofori-Atta the former finance minister has undergone the scheduled robotic assisted radical prostatectomy. This was to deal with prostate cancer, and it was done at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota on Friday, June 13th. The procedure took 4+ hours. The doctors are pleased with how the procedure went and will now place him on a post-operative regime. Kenneth has always been resilient, but this has been very difficult, with the OSP choosing the period just before his surgery to declare a red alert on him. Kenneth is bearing up well and focused on doing whatever he can to be restored to good health. And Kratano Etwasu said, our family is truly grateful for the support and prayers of many people and pastors. Signed, Professor Mrs. Angela Ofori-Atta, wife of Kenneth Nanaya Okuntunkrunku Ofori-Atta, former finance minister. Etino Nyamiadum Ken Ofori-Atta surgery wakoye ye ewo Mayo Clinic ewo Minnesota, US of A no Nyamiadum adano ada fiada a doctor for no ejina so 4+ hours no womatimi aye bibia kama ne aye ka say ye de na to post operative regime so a ye monitor no na ya hwe ne se obe hele entem na ene aye ka say watimi abaga na ene ne ensam a OSP person obisa no akea na chi no wo pese wo hunu papa nanimu no ene wo ba na fe one na lawyer fo enso atimi atu anamon na wo mo akọ eye OSP enche na nsemo mbebisa ni nyina no wo pa obeya no wo pensu onyi no OSP no emfa no court na wo mra mbe defend ho enso ewo ho enti no yame adom the former finance minister I go through a successive surgery the wife say the whole eja ye hwe ni mu se a doctor for no kakra wo mo ebe release no na wetimi abagana na wabetoa ne dwumadie enso eso mepa chao enra President John Dramani Mahama Supreme Court nominees were nominated on a year 29th of April 2025 no wamo ekopiemu ewo Parliament appointment committee no enimu the vetting committee no wamo ekopiemu ewo omanimu na yetutu ebi mu ano nyame yadom enenso ye beto aso na empanimfu a adano ada ade President Mahama nominate womo se ene ye to ma no wie na bibia akon a womo enko Supreme Court nkonye adwuma no womo ye nson enti no pursuant to Article 144 Clause 2 of the Constitution of Ghana 1992, His Excellency the President has nominated the following justices of the Court of Appeal to be considered for appointment to the Supreme Court. Justice Sir Dennis Dominic Ejay, Justice Biel minim say Sadia Simon Subare, Afenso Justice Senior Jamafe, Justice Kwekuteria Aka Boafo, Justice Philip Bright Mensah, Justice Janapare Battels Kojo, Justice Hafizata Amaliboba. Attached via curriculum vitae. I trust that the council will expedite action on their considerations. Please accept the assurances of my highest consideration. It was signed by the Secretary to the President, Callistus Mahama, PhD, And then the acting Chief Justice Judicial Council Accra and to the way and Kata Nefra by Kesiemua President John Dramani Mahama Edinisa Etimasia Ochese Mpenimfua and Sui na wamoye judges from the Appeals Court of Ghana and Enea Yekasei Yetimi Ese Yabo Mudise Wamo Enko na wamo kosum e Supreme Court was say wamo pass through vet na bibia kama na wamo akosum and rather wamo timi vet mpanimfo miensa wo se mienu na yera Justice Dennis Dominic J and afei Justice Senior Jamefe, and it was a very nice and respectful, thoughtful, experienced interaction with the committee. Na kama pa and somehow do my PM one pay. Yakwa manusuna yedi enkomo enso etimi edi efiri ho na yene a private legal practitioner lawyer Bernard Kwame Rebu eni enkomo council no penalty enka ma yamo ache na yamo akwaba ohunamu boko de
menya metionka nyame adom ho ye na menya onzo ho ye
Yesu adom ye nso ye ho ye pa
ebe nyame as tabi obi bia ni Israel nas Iran here
me pa Jordan bi ni bia ni Israel ni Iran
ani omo busiafo bi wo Israel ni Iran and a bompa empire boniomo enam because nkoyi
Council Wadaruma President John Dramani Mahama nominated some 7 appeals court justices. Namencha dia and rather ena womo ebimuko piemu or vetting committee nemu a yetoto eye womano. In the first place, ma yemisa se abaya na wati opposition na wo se ene adanko akufuado apake Supreme Court no amene ayeka sei justices ahodo bebrebe no a wo me aligned to the NPP ena na adanko akufuado asese o makogu Supreme Court wo na wono no ozuze yanka po the number of justices a yedom doko Supreme Court wo wabaya no ninansa ana one nominate justices bako and so edi Supreme Court wo. Your initial comment on Anamoa President John Mahama etu de way ya na ve yankon komo so.
Well let us say mamipia with you you see attention ni adwuma no opere biense say the politics kwa antekwa but I say koyese dani na politicians diablo obeka ya koba say Supreme Court na obiti say Justice Kumasa and I think one of them na ne hododo no na ba konsu free no say President Akufo-Addo yese on nominate me no bi akokom say obeka ya omo ye vetting ka ama nanke yese omo twaso the omo process no it was but NDC a blockade using their numbers in the name of the Supreme Court judges one under but I remember the person's name. Hello.
Council Bajo yetio.
Enti yewa Mahama bayi ena eda sorry or the 7 aka ho. Ena ye business na dano na 2 doors na 7 Enti ha say the Supreme Court ebeye politics. Vitamin say we tie from Supreme Court de bia odi ewo yamemu ene politics no umi edu pa papa enantina your friend court bad time if you need can the court no be can be no apart from say judgment no it's not yemra The court no can be answered apart from say sign run a policy. A policy SCP a memo policy SCP governance. Judgment on making be answer a mra semi parliament because court parliament as I say rasi mine.
Council Pacho, Jinaye Kakra na Emse Ahumani Twasi Kakra.
All right. Is it better?
Okay, I think it's better now.
Okay. The Supreme Court can be na Jinaye Supreme Court be na bia. E can be bia wo manim. In that court we dey and can say the politics efra. Nanso ana anu ada ye the two koka ho. E mampanini and this for some do so do. And so ni ye de nson na akoka ho nti na ye bisa say na two ni nson no de end do so na nyina be ye ni say e de adanu no maye me yefom fun so ntwe wo if you say tuaso saa so maya emwaye because the Supreme Court no eno na ye nyina ye dan no okay 2018 election petition okay na seanso election petition yomu kan wom yomu kan so na ejina
right
enti me initial commentary ni beka say yevenche Ira Muhammad ni NDC fo omujina jina bi adano bi akoye Supreme Court bi akoye Supreme Court nti ye ntoaso mfenye politics. In fact, that would be my initial comment.
Very well. And rather, the nominees are what we call PA committee no anymore. Justice Sena Jamafe. And some bisani be an commentaries I would do or run a muaya or dema committee no na very, very thought provoking. The decay or say or support on capping of Supreme Court judges. Near nipa no wa appointing no ekasetia no Justice Jamefese wono de wo support sa we no wadaroma will comment on sa statement no with regards to on capping Supreme Court judges are and the nominee no ese or support no eya de we ya.
Me as a lawyer, share constitutional practices across other countries. In fact, US and US are capping it there as 9. Obiwa ananse obi hu do no ananse obi kwa humijima any day obi bishim. But me as a lawyer there, honestly, me believe say yen cap Supreme Court and no more tea phone chichimu. Na we tea phone so actual madri wo yen Supreme Court no why all in all oko aman bi to say France Supreme Court no ya chichim your constitutional court eba ebia issues of constitution ho a na obi pese ebia bibi nkoyi your constitution no challenge a Supreme Court there, but there's a specialized version of it I friend the constitutional court omo disa adwuma no ansa na da cases ebe konso ewo ni Supreme Court by yen Ghana the Supreme Court no a constitutional court assign the final appellate court because the final appellate court na case nyina ekowie is a start case na say yenam yura akufada dawo mabane twemu no akotia yenya district court inti yemfa ne say wunya district asemo district court ewo akotia na sa wontia area sa wona sa wontia sia obetimi dia ko high court area high court na wontia sia obetimi dia ko appeal court area appeal court na wontia sia obetimi dia ko Supreme Court asem ko wie kra Supreme Court inti brofuna American say it has the final appellate jurisdiction no eno na American nti wo a wo minu ka se minu nya sema obetimi akwa dia ko Supreme Court sa so na obi dwen say constitution no and maybe we enkoyi or not the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the only court in Ghana or original jurisdiction when it comes to matters of constitutional interpretation. It is also to constitution who some enko baby and enkoyi I just a Supreme Court. The Supreme Court no so appellate jurisdiction be when it comes to chieftaincy matters. Enti yen nananum edi omunsem original House of Chiefs, National House of Chiefs, and also ko wie pe Supreme Court. Enti apart from that, no yen lawyer for so and the contract case because Supreme Court and the case as far as the because Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court now call the final appellate court of the land. Almost dealing with all manner of cases. Mama example, the chieftaincy, mama constitutional interpretation, mama issues of lawyer for the case court. And you will need people with some specialized knowledge at every point in time to be at the Supreme Court. I told you, very well. The Supreme Court performs like an octopus. Oh baby, you need specialized Supreme Court. I mean, me can catch us. Uko krobiswa. Sa constitutional interpretation. Yeah, the Supreme Court. The land case call. The contract case call. The matrimonial case call. Omo chomu dienim. Inti abribiano. It's a constitutional interpretation. The call constitutional court. The Supreme Court niye bibia. It is a copy Supreme Court no. Maybe a dachibi akobe 10, akobe 11, akobe 13. Now say cases be ba Supreme Court. Now you have specialized knowledge be a panel ne so. What copy no? Enye say odi obi ba become. I thought in a mechanism.
That's right.
There are so many people like the Supreme Court. It is because of their knowledge, either in their private practice as lawyers or as lecturers. Obekaya Yemame Henrietta Mensa Bonsu. It is Supreme Court straight from academia. Most of them are judges did that and they are promoted. But Obesha Obi to say Yemame Henrietta Mensa Bonsu. You didn't free classroom straight and I didn't court to. Only say it is because of the exposure and international exposure.
Hello, lawyer. Hello, counsel. Okay, I'm say lawyer Bernardo Rudu Ahomaneso. Mama say mom sabetimi aka na mame ana ye nenen toa ye nkomo ne so. Enti no eno no wonya daje a woni e school na wa kyerɛkyerɛ mu court no Supreme Court no and afi nominees ahodo a womo call for a vetting and rane and koma a course so specifically say any Justice Senior Jamafese wono a support to the uncapping of the Supreme Court justices and also no that is it yang sign say yensa ebetimi aka no na yene no entoa enkomo so cancel wa homa no etrepo ye
ni na bia no medu
na wo kire mu say adano ada na adan kwakufu ado e de maame Henrietta Mensa Bonsu eko Supreme Court was not based on service our civil in any court but from the academia
because of the specialized knowledge.
That's right.
Now they can say the copy Supreme Court judges now. Maybe a 8, a 9, a 10, a 11, send you a kubisu dietiana. That opportunity where ya or man penibinya eka say, oh, this particular person here, the knowledge in this area no. So they never come Supreme Court to one a bebuano. Sa adiano a betrin chenkakra because so nipa kono kwaye perfect here didn't cook number 19 yenya this opportunity to add such a person.
Yes.
So yeah. And here one reason mimi de there be a many lawyer for this year the issue of capping rebano. Because some say reason no client no because a bedu baby yankophobia with certain specialized area knowledge be and Supreme Court because of the capping. And here the first reason. The second reason Mimi Gidi say capping of the Supreme Court no and what Accra saying judge for no omu bebre na beko Supreme Court no me do mo penny fees. In fact for good reason tina oba ye in judicial service ni ma lower court you can lower court circuit court and district court on retirement age 60 years. Oko High Court, retirement, or a High Court judge, retirement, 65. Now, Court of Appeal in Supreme Court, there are 70. Dintia, a 70, they say, usually, no, and see a bit promote you be say Uncle Supreme Court, na infimu, a coca. In Timpo say, you didn't call Supreme Court at age 16 or 10 years to act as a Supreme Court judge, sending you benefit free knowledge. Then house by a dream says, sir, and fear queen 55, Kobe 70. No, aya, sir, time in any pounds who do no kaka because what company fees. Few people, and on my fortunate, Omuko Supreme Court, even less than 50 years. Mostly, no, Obia is 50 plus, or even 60. Asana wako Supreme Court. Into bedu sa time no not naturally no nipa ho den esote. Into se oko kapeno to 9 to 11. Ni amfa say ebedu behabi na members of the Supreme Court nyina close to 70 years, 65 who koni ade. Na manu esi bonisu suminaso. Yare set in na omuntuni enyo majuma sani omo ye na ebema Supreme Court jumedie no kwan bi so no kofon kakra me for these two particular reasons no I am any my lawyer for share because from seminia Supreme Court ni yemfa politics into nchen ni enka say MPPC enkape NCC enkape ana MPPC my enkape NCC enkape na yen as practitioners no yen show the realities on the ground yen consider the reasons in tia ye dream say Supreme Court no ye kape a emboyen na ye dream to say ebeboyen but ebinu so make arguments say Supreme Court judge back ye maintaining enough form huge financial implications and they also retire on their salary. And the binum arguments they say a nation like Ghana, no, we cannot continue to burden ourselves with the financial demands of the Supreme Court judges. Other counter arguments, no, yeah, lawyer phobic, no, almost the financial implications, no, too much. A binum also sing a bema who coin na aben bia na president bi obebe bia watunenam fufuogu ho a better thank you position. You can a place of thank you. I say now Madam for no my baby president now me a lawyer now the market to Adamase. That is what Ebinumso can say. Ebema are too easy for presidents or political parties to fill the Supreme Court with their members. The one who disagree kakra say the president nominate Woma. There was another interface, which is the Parliament of Ghana, to vet them and to say, who qualify, who deserve it, and answer who deserve it. And to say, there was screening process, but it's a parliamentary vetting. A bit mitigate the fact to say president be and a political party be a bit to me abuse that issue, say, my encamping. And the Parliament stand stronger. A bit me resist president bia or dream say or the whole be koko football unini anum kwa no be pass wom enti for me here capping on capping no for these reasons I media amount ye me gina say yen hold on my capping but just that president ebeba political leaders ebeba no mo yusu enye to say koko football
very well uhwe eye enkomo a wo mo ene eye nominees no edi ya Wadaroma wo yemfa ye Justice Senior Jemafe and have Justice J benfo ni mienu na nrada wo mutimi and Suri Barin so ye vete wo mo empenfo emi ensa nyina anu yi a wo mo de eyi eye ensembisa ebaye no do you think say wo mo eko Supreme Court no ye benya a Supreme Court a ejina ne nan so a enkonkoye quote and unquote bias judgment and rulings Wadaroma?
Okay, me you one Justice Suribari I'm saying na me block Ofori-Atta High Court me case be certain na me represent obi as lawyer but me call court nti me honi jume di kakra Mr. Jame friend so there makoni nim Court of Appeal several times and Justice again pun so there apart from some makoni nim akoye cases no osan me teacher. And these are people me personal experiences and knowledge with me one. mede justice Jane ne bedi kan obehwa in fact lawyer for bia yedi yembro be 30 years and 20 years as lawyers there most of us no bia metimi aka say justice then say Jane ekire yen ade
okay
law school in most of us enim no and judges bebre Ghana has in so judicial training schools na ye foul judge fufra o quantity e ho no ono na wada no actually de ho anti judges bebre so afa nsem into ono de legal practice mu de is a very known person and I'm so otro books unti the books so ebupa otro books on interpretation constitutional matters a lot into a very known in the legal circles but o make key statements be and I mean who inclination we dey mean for wetie for nko school kakra ememu no constitutional interpretation ye free be positivism and ye free be liberal approach and e be ye friend purposive approach but justice then in question be oyi ano no e ma me who say onu belonging to the school of legal positivism ye ka legal positivism e say ne emra ne kanu na yenye enye ne yesusu say ye ebeboa because you bisa no question say gain some ade oso no kwotena ho a emra ne kan o show enye ne fake ana bibisa ana yesen bisa ne say it's a president ni ho vice president ni ho now speaker of parliament ni ho and Crawford suggested even our colleague Professor Kluje in one of the cases can say o shed dia o the article 56 ne beka presidential articles ni ho dia anka chief justice and anka oba also no dia there be say anka constitution ni pese o ka anka constitution ni kansa enisa ni pese in the thinking is that or your legal positivist your constitution ni ka pepe no di ejuma and no Emma yen lawyer for ye who say o kwa nanima papa we di emra ne sesen sa na emra ne tia ense ye de to sa na omo so ewo opposing view against legal positivism no so be sure so eto da bi o ho a omo ye emra no omo su say ni say enti we di express say yen hwe botan ti omo ye emra no nanka yen fa ye ntu ye lawyer bia sisi a who says justice Denny a positivist and your man can and obey I want negative I want positive into at least your home back mienu ewo na say senior obey na jumedie fa ewo Supreme Court oba justice senior jamefa obeka say ono na otna Brazil Omoni Adenta MP man for the same Edua Saremu Kaya Jamefe committee say what chief wants to be Kaya.
That's right.
Or expressi and Yama Bakumi Nami who say also you're very nationalistic because he was worried saving committee reports and he said Momuntia cash any idea ma blasters Momun flies the canoe but so I saw him so this is a person who is very nationalistic and we want to see some of and you may be a bebua or mine econo. So for me so far I'll say so good.
Okay.
Me meka bia any liga kakra how the committee chair sometimes conducts himself. Because vetting here ekosi medical church or for me say Supreme Court no obeye bia obowape will catch cold because the decision of Supreme Court be take bia no mra esan your policy so Supreme Court ka say na nyina Ghana man nyina enemo mu kwa kohoma sa pepe na Ghana ma beye so Supreme Court ka say ene Ghana man nyina yemfa aware for yenware miensa sana Ghana mema beye enti the Supreme Court be kan mra esa ye policy ma oman no enti nipa omokwa akotena ho ahye mra ye policy die esa kunye bia ba omo vet no nkwan ebisa omo question bia esa ne fata na edan omasu ekire yen because nipa we no okotena ho na ne okase ne mena no nsia meda okase me sorry no nsia me sorry enti akonya Ghana fo benya ne say vetting no questions e be bisa omo any answers omo be ma no e be ma ye hu omusu the sankrofo way and the ekwa na Supreme Court. But as a question be ba na chairman here for or see on money on my way or last person and hamikaka. Because the Supreme Court is not like the ministerial vetting. Supreme Court no a crying in our dachi, a crying in our destiny. No person with the Ghana ye be ometimi aye. Enti that time way na ye pensem on my bra bom any omujume dema and so be a quite tum now ma omo committee ni so no etimi bisa questions ebeboa yen so aye hwe ni say ye be hu say asumesi obenti e de no court na Supreme Court oye hwan so one master ma na afia no na politics kakra be agim so who protect you who shield you who you say
okay
enti we law ni free man. I think my major concern is that these are people who are going to sit in the Supreme Court and can change the destiny of the nation if they so desire. So let the people of the land know them. And how do we know them? By seeing how yin semisano yenye ebe musa asumesi what to say. And look, and only me reservation kakra. Chairman of the committee.
Okay. Councilman, yenda sidi fa unsi ase na unim say we too much pa de we too much cancel we too much
kakra minim na ya me de bo adumedie
kakra no unim no so no eboa yen pa nchemu a de ba no etiefo ne ahefo no so appreciate pa
na we dey me bo abaso o radio station ekwechiri pa
that's right
ekwechiri papa adano mi di nkomo efa akweti ansensem ho
that's right
na me susu say Debia da kwetia ye boy din election ntinka Supreme Court akasa ye manensu in fact enyansu so papa
that's good
enti mebo abaso ene so djumedia oye
adjuma da se pa lawyer anopa ye da se ne obre no adaje all right and you know that was a lawyer Bernard Kwame Redu or a private legal practitioner and a dim common. Over some 38 minutes gone past 7. MCR media except of a year one more and rather justices are almost a copy or veteran committee anymore. Encomo DB amount no fatosona your money and tiena yanke and common send a course and rather a year parliament house. Vetting committee no enso enya akwenya ene eye wo mo ya nominate wo no edi eye enkomo
Ghana Integrity Initiative etc. suggests a decline in public confidence in the judiciary. What specific reforms would you propose to restore trust in the judiciary?
Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Chair, when I was the Director of Judicial Training, we decided to make ethics a component of whatever training that we give, either to the judiciary, the judicial officers or staff. The reason is that when we are talking about corruption, we are talking about something which is bad, then we must make it a conscious effort to fight it. If you do not fight it, it will become endemic. And therefore, the most important thing is that we need to first and foremost conscientize ourselves about the effect of corruption. Then the second one, what do we do to curb it? We need education. We need training. Then one thing that people of Ghana that you don't do is that if a public officer, either me or any other person, demands money from you, you must report the person. You condone, you give it. Then when it comes to assessment, you say that you will not mention the name. Then say that the whole judiciary is corrupt. That is the problem. And it is about perception. And I can talk about personal experience as a director of the Judicial Training School. On one occasion, I was training. Then somebody came to me to complain about somebody who was taking money from him. We made the inquiries. I was the then the director of the Public Complaints Unit of the Judicial Service. We investigated the person who allegedly took the money from that person, entered the courtroom and bowed to the judge. The judge did not know him. Just to give it a semblance that he had given the money to the judge and was coming to bow, to show that the person who is accompanying him is the person who gave out the money to him. But it was false. So these are some of the things that we do and we must stop. In most cases, if you listen to some of the TV discussions, social media, you know, instead of bolstering the faith of people in the judiciary, we are rather saying that the judiciary is corrupt. But if you ask for evidence, then we say it is perception. So the most important thing is that we must be bold. If we have physical evidence, we must use to substantiate. Otherwise, we shall be talking about perception, because any person who goes to court and loses, the person's position is that because he did not pay bribe, he or she has lost. But it is not the matter. The case is bad. So apart from training, we need to conscientize ourselves. Then the third antidote is that if a public officer corrupts himself, that person must be prosecuted. Thank you.
Secondly, I talk about the tools. If we can go AI, said that recordings are done swiftly, so that by the end of the day, whatever everybody says in court is recorded by the machine, and at the end of the day, it's transcribed, and you can just sign. It makes it faster. And then number two, a lot of adjournments. That one depends on the courts. A lot of lawyers come, I'm sick, I'm that, sending letters and blah, blah. We have to curtail those things as well to make sure that cases go on. And then I said something earlier that there should be time limits. I think the rules of court should set time limits. That no criminal case should go beyond 3 months. No civil case should go beyond a certain period of time. Then we all know we are constrained to finish within that time. These are the things we have to do to be able to quicken cases, to fasten the delivery of justice. And then more courts. If we have more courts, then the workload is lessened. One court wouldn't have plenty cases if there are other courts around. So, Madam, these are some of the things we have to do to be able to deliver justice in good time. Then secondly, I talk about the tools. If we can go AI, said that recordings are done swiftly, so that by the end of the day, whatever everybody says in court is recorded by the machine, and at the end of the day, it's transcribed, and you can just sign. It makes it faster. And then number two, a lot of adjournments. That one depends on the courts. A lot of lawyers come, I'm sick, I'm that, sending letters and blah, blah. We have to curtail those things as well to make sure that cases go on. And then I said something earlier that there should be time limits. I think the rules of court should set time limits. That no criminal case should go beyond 3 months. No civil case should go beyond a certain period of time. Then we all know we are constrained to finish within that time. These are the things we have to do to be able to quicken cases, to fasten the delivery of justice. And then more courts. If we have more courts, then the workload is lessened. One court wouldn't have plenty cases if there are other courts around. So, Madam, these are some of the things we have to do to be able to deliver justice in good time. Then secondly, I talk about the two.
What is your view on aspect of it?
Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, we need to operate within the rules. This is a judgment delivered by the Supreme Court, properly constituted. Here is a nominee before us, asking him his thought on a judgment delivered by the Supreme Court, which is binding. I do not think we are fair to the witness in the circumstances.
Chairman, you are taking your powers too far. We are here conducting this exercise. We've had nominees expressing views on judgment, expressing views on judicial pronouncement. How then the nominee says he's read that judgment? I'm asking a question within a certain context. I need to pick his views on it. It doesn't mean he's going to condemn the judgment or he's going to question it. Then if you are ruling us out of order this way, then why are we here, Chairman?
Well, take a cue. A question was posed to Justice Sir Dennis.
Oh, Jesus.
And he indicated that once the Supreme Court has delivered a judgment, that is the decision of the judgment.
No, please.
The word he uses, whom am I?
May want to.
And if I may ask, would extending Ghana's retirement age to 75 require some constitutional amendment? And would you support such a change? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If I got the question right, whether it should be, if I got the question right, Madam, are you asking whether we should extend the age to 75?
Yes.
Before I answer this one, we were given requirements as to what to bring, That's why we're not asked to bring judgments. That is why it's like we didn't bring any. I didn't bring any, but I'll sort that out. Mr. Chairman, I will not agree with sending the retirement age of the Supreme Court or Appeal Court judges to 75. No. The retirement age as of now is 70. Madam, Superior Court judges retire on their salaries. I guess formally, you need to be advanced in age to get the experience and the exposure so that when you give judgments, it's respected, it's a solid judgment because you add in personal experience to the knowledge, the legal knowledge you have. But Madam, with all respect, of late, technology has made it such that what you need 60, 70 years to know, technology can make it available to you very early. So personally, my opinion is to keep it at 70. That is my opinion, not to 75. I want judges to retire very healthy, and then we can use them for other purposes like assessors. They can help the judiciary or the service in other forms.
You know, where I accept of a muayene nkomo a course rada. A vetting committee no anymore, and then no what me vetted Justice Dennis Dominic Ejay, Justice Simon Subare, and I feel Justice Senor Jamefe, and I pense you heard him say that Justice is a nine. Justice Kweku Teria Aka Buafo, I feel Justice Philip Bright Mensa, Justice Janapare Battels Kojo, and Justice Hafisata. Ama liboba enso ebetimi akopie mu e committee nanimu na nkoma e ho nyina enso wo etimi e de aba adano da President John Dramani Mahama eka say Ghana yen economic gains enkakra yensa akan woni mu pefe say e de Israel and afa Iran entokwa ne ama ne homere so no ebenya esunsunsuanso ewo eye woman Ghana ye economy ne so but sansam no worka no aye nipa bebre no adwene mu kesene ne se sada no ada no ugina sempie so e kan sem bebrebe no abra na aban dada no oteso no e ka kire Ghana fo se COVID-19 in Russia Ukraine ntokwa brane no e de ensunsuanso bone abre woman Ghana ama o ka say is a bloody lie say aban no oteso no e de eye Ghana ya economic misfortune no ekwohye COVID-19 in Russia Ukraine ntokwa no a eti ye bisa se enepa de na asesa ade pa na asesa. What has indeed changed say Iran ne eye Israel ntokwa eti no President Mahama say etokwa ne hyase enane na nsen ya wo se ntokwa no omo kuno abe affected woman Ghana. Meanwhile, in opposition, na wajina simpie so. I paint a picture be say there is no way say any and tokwa air koso our Russia and Ukraine and tetrasono abe affected woman Ghana. Dr. Hayford Irakwa a development economist. Doc Anope, good morning.
Good morning, Minian.
Yami adome ho ya onso e.
about the Adam, we plan my pay.
Yadanyamiase. Bebacho, Nipa Bebrenu Adrian Omokesene with regards to President John Dramani Mahama comment or make here and then answer Brana, what didn't thank you to an Akopia moment if you do mantemu. Or say, Elkua any Israel ne Iran, Asha si omokono. Na kono kura ni na watwe ba kono. Ebe have a effect on Ghana's economic gains are currently na daroma yenya no. Waka asare na Ghana fo bi say enti eyampa se aman mienu bi ko a wo mo kontoko a enya nsunsuanso ewo aman ahodo economy so ana na President Mahama Dino position na oka ensem foforo ere afa Russia and afa Ukraine and Tokwabrani a wo mo de eba ye no ho ana wadaroma as an economist and then ode yenyina economist ni mu yi ankasa aman mienu kontoko a ensunsuanso a wo mo a ana amane a ene saa aman no edidwa no aye de we ya.
But that's the dream. If it's 101.3 Sanya ukaya no samai minu kwa ne wiase fa na nyina ye fa na bibi ya fa nse global village ye nyina abaye enipa baako enipa kwese enipa dua no o tiri nkase aka wo hene enti enya wo nan na enya den ara aka wo hene na se o ka chikoda ebe man nipa dua no ahoden abafam enan no e wo ho so ontumi mfanye ne o se oye ya funu ntumi nkase o media ne se media duane e process enti no emfa won se anu anje aduane na entumi enkogu ye funu no mu nyane pa se ne se enne wiase a ye wo mu no obia nia ekoso babia efobia na ofa enkuro adro bia wo bo odin ya Israel ene Iran fo ya ade ba ko a Iran fo edum akotene pa e fango na uba Ghana hanso a yen fango bibia even though say ye wo refinery eretimi abuama yetimi assessing yetu o man yimu no yen refinery bia was it's a talk for a very long time on refinery fango bia nti nya yedi gu yen car mu yedi gu yen generator machines ahoro nyina mu no ye kra na bia ba na kwa se tanya ye ton sika kokko na ebo no koso ye nije no Dance no be a autumn fango no ebo no koso na ono so ni budget na almost sent okwayase endi na otwe mu na benya 1 week na ne atiene se last week na wiase afana na fango ye continue in barrels. A barrel of crude oil was around $64 as at last week but as at this week it could do $77 but as at here from Accra to 74 so it's been hovering around $74 in just 1 week. About $10 have been added onto the barrel of oil. And in Sinsuansua, I want to say, Bosumi Biara, na ye beye $400 million. Ye kafango any by fat gas ne kamunina. And he said, and Kabe here, Edia, $400 million. Not as a dollar, now one the other from Muntino. We can't count the best class animal. So, that's it. But it's a dollar no fango bono cost we need more money to import more oil and to import the same quantity of oil now we no. And that's number one. So number two, it has implication for our own domestic economy. If you say sikana ofu senka we save wa obetimi de dijuma ho in the economy no. Now sika no wunya bio except we dey can sika for now to be the crack fango na obekaya be na otwe mi nsani e na wode di levy buy woni me di ho nkomo ya kan say esan say wiase fa na nyina no ufa fango a enya di aga na yedi mu akotene kese nfa oba bibi memu a Nigeria for ene di mu akotene eninti no ye nim se wiase fa na ebo ebetini a tintiro ye ntu yambo in implementing the D-levy. And yeah, I'm sorry, they have suspended the D-levy. It is Iran-Israel war. And it has implications. But etoda na amanyo semono etata no kreno enti enim no kreno pa na so sansa amanyo semonti no ye mfa no kreno entudwa ene sebe mpanyifo na ka wasense wo ma wo yonku ntwa nkron a wo so ntumi ntwadu.
That's right.
Ene ensema wo kan ye say Ukraine Russia oman ne yentumi manage ni yiye ena amana basa. I can assure you say yentumi ensi santo kweyano now busumi ya yomu ya I can assure you say oil prices can shoot up to $120 a barrel. And about the there's no way let me turn fuel prices then a ton or Ghana. We may be thinking about going to buy fuel for 19 cities, 20 cities a liter. And about a manual and a membua. Mr. say we need to elevate the conversation beyond partisan interest. I mean, I don't know what the Minister for Finance and Energy is going to do, but I wait for the policy or the BEBA. But I just think to specifically answer your question, anytime something happens to a major partner, and in Ukraine, now we import a lot of wheat, grains, into Ukraine. And it had a major impact on us. The same way we import a lot of oil. Until now, what we are hoping is that Saudi Arabia will step into the game and be able to, support with the supply of oil. But they are also strategic partners. Because the more the prices shoot up, the more they make money.
Yeah.
And I think, sir, as a country, it's good the president is acknowledging, say, a bit so our mind Ghana so. And we need to admit, and we've said this over and over again, say, the Ukraine-Russia war had effect, and it's still having effect on us. It's been over 2 years of fighting, almost 3 years. It's still having effect on us because and if we don't find alternative ways of doing things, and that is why Abribiano Yenubino is to say, and yet building an import-dependent economy and a rebua or Ghana. What we need is building our own indigenous industries, indigenous support system. A rebua, Senator Atorencham says here, Ghana form and will enter. So, for many years, we've been trying to revive tour. For many years, this year, say, what you are doing with the CD9, a Bank of Ghana is pumping dollars into the system. We will collapse local industries. And the Ekobase, that they are also so, and then I mean, when I import more goods, and you say, and Kobato, in Nippon, high one Accra, good. But long term, and not good for us as a country. If you don't say credit, and you transfer the brand, a bad brew in Pendu. And into young modern say, you know, the kind of boom, Naya Shitri or mine, I'm not in Chirima. But your dream, and then you be doing Kuahudia, and I'm afraid, and Chimano Misumawo. So that is the reality on the ground. It's going to have effect on us, and I pray, say, you bet to me. But as at the end of this month, nothing to me fire. I can assure you, let's brace ourselves for the worst.
President John Mahama say wa order the ministers, energy and the finance ministers say wamo enfaniema enwa proso. Say the bewa say ekoba say ene enei fam obuo no ebe kosoro ama ho akwakoye we ya o man Ghana de ye be safe wadaroma we try the performance of these two ministers right from a year January abepem and now do you think say if the insurance free Iran ne Israel be bano and penufo emienu a president ye do masuo say wo monfa measures mra de be so sa de na no wo metimi ejina ano de enhihye papa bia ba wo man Ghana ye nkonko have much effect with regards to the Ekoso Amonone Nana?
One of my best leadership experts, John C. Maxwell, can say, he said, everything rises and falls on leadership. And in Tiwi Okandinia, na wasudi bakone say, obetumi solve problems. Na your ability to attract the right brains, ability to attract the right competencies to support you is also a sign of leadership. And Meher Kwan said, this directive, the finance minister would quickly marshal the best brains around him. Na omatumi adenwe and and that is what I expect the finance minister to do. When it comes to the energy and the green transitions minister, with all due respect to the honorable minister, I think that I have not been too impressed with his performance so far. And I think it's there's so much competencies around him. I expect that he can be able to use to come up with some innovative ways of addressing issues. My concern is that he's been too quick to come to the media and complain. But I see, we put you there to fix a problem for us. We know there's a problem. And so we want solutions to the problem. And you have been given the mandate, the power, the resources to fix the problem. So don't come back to me and complain about the problem. Come back to me with how you have solved the problem or how you are solving the problem. I think the Honorable Minister for Energy and Green Transitions, for me, he still has a lot to do. He has a lot to learn on the job. I expect that by now he has everything under his sleeves, but it doesn't look like he's on top of his own game. But for Finance Minister, I think so far we must give him credit. He's done very well. And I expect that he'll be able to, like I said, ability to mobilize the right caliber of expertise is also a sign of leadership. And see, they should quickly go back to the drawing board and find the right people who can help them to address the issues. And we are all here. All of you are there. Some of these conversations that you're having is part of that solution. And then see, let us begin to look at our own homegrown solutions, because you call IMF with a lot of homegrown solutions. In the previous administration, a lot of homegrown initiatives were started. How are we doing with them? Have we abandoned them because it's a new administration? It is a taxpayer that we are shortchanging. And I think that for me, these things call for us to go back to the drawing board and see what we can do to help our own selves, not what somebody can do for us.
Okay.
That is for me the way forward.
Finally, at this particular juncture, I didn't as a president in a year, as a wupia a year, when in an gu finance minister, energy minister, so announce as one muno crano, Sani at the down Kufuado na or yeno, and maybe a better chrono. I said, what Shessa near money be now, was she yanka free dear, Nanadu, ya brana, or manning in an or how near Huchirimwana.
In theory, that would be too premature. If you want to have a president address us on matters, critical matters of the land now, any problem. But before say, we want the president to come back to us with some concrete solutions. Don't come and tell us, we can all read, we can all hear. The man make a problem in so if he's ready with solutions and how he plans to sustain the gains we have made as a country, then that is okay. But until then, don't come and tell us the problem we already are aware of.
Okay. Doc, I don't pay my nasi in phone CRC. Right. That was Dr. Hayford Irakwa, or a development economist, or sounds a fellow, or APL. We have been exactly 5 minutes gone past the hour 8. Or Chemabani Abnabetinase. Now, answer no. Yabisasa Adentina NDC Abenya or Tissue currently. And yet, ne MPs, ne appointees, ne ministers, and ne abiding penny for ni biwa wa. And they are say fake PhD. Ana woman namwa, woman de bomb hosa for hene. And I say, bisa. Proper Judicial scrutiny bang and presidency no make appointment. One of the appointees in the family. Because where them go here, yes, as say presidency in this war. And so no, and where do my full assessment one more due process with regards to appointing CEOs to man sensitive government institutions, you know. Sabe aburu ya be kwa hwe mo nkrata mu no. Na ni omo kaso mo ahia ya na de omo so mo ye mprempre no, wo mo nya saafo no. Eya do so no do eye Joma Hama mamu emu o. Ada no da se fake doctor bi and sansani and sansa dalibi. Yaso no wa hwe Joma Hama free eye opposition ba bepem da wonya tumi. Enti yentam no nkoto NHS board so. Yakohwe mu ase na wonu amukura no ye quack doctor. Anso wa akoya na no dendede yase efred eye Rashid Sofo Tanko computers hwan. Antin see you the magifek. Wono nso ene ya kaze ebuo se ne PhD ni nyina no se bia buru enya papa. Waboa. Wakɔ wia PhD na ɔde bɔ ne ho safo hene. Ane yɛdanya ne yɛn so a GTech fo nso ɛde abeto mu sɛ enipa mmiɛnsa bi ɛwɔ aban mu a sɛbi aburu doctor ne professor ne wei ɛde dɔ ɔmo so nyina na yɛ fake. MPs mmienu NDC MPs tie biam NDC MPs Enti Phyllis na Koyo Okuno eye member of parliament for Ewutu Senya East. We do betu akum sin meboa. Na obetu me say na wo kra no doctor no e dey fra kra no wo ye fake. Onko suku bia ye na wo bo on zafere Dr. Phyllis honorable hwan Koyo. E dey no no. Edimguase akwaba. Member of parliament mua wodi dom wanimu ehye mrade ama amanfo wo bato on peso aso say we fake eno so wa Central Region MPs NDC fo no ene Desmond de Graft Paytu one so ye member of parliament for Gomwa East omofoni na good TV ne so na mguase akwaba wo nyina no say doctor ne professor ne ho efro nyina no fake. Kwame Adom Frimpong or a board member our internal audit service. Once you friend who professor JTech for the hey Jack the otiwana achire no your professor bia wo ba bia Jai and the ebisase and the pa na esi our president Mahama mamwei mu a amanfo the fake document the positions efi President Joma Hama presidency wo ade na asi amamo baako fake doctors bebre amamo baako fake certificates bebre and when a matter of concern and so propaganda and politics inti and wo kakura do obi afiu say that no that ya say obi a petition Joma Hama say when yi Rashid Tanko no free ho esan say certificate or the ko pay adwuma no sa certificate no say when this qualification no can you imagine this na presidency ni te wo NDC MPs mienu so wa so sa adan na ye fake doctor enra fake PhD holder and also NDC MPs mienu wa so fake PhD holders internal audit board member one also say a federal prof they say ni nyina no fake and GTech say sound crofo we enyai say wo mo use on and prof and doctor titles and mguasie ena abey wachema ba yes enchil ena fe abna se wa mani ampo atena se kwa nkrata mo boso wo mo e de eba abusuafo ho te say
Sky away.
Edanya mi asepa. Ena ebnada.
Oh yes, moda.
Yeah, da.
Moda.
Yeah. So na de mankom.
Oh yeah.
To the atofo.
Sa na ye.
Me de atofo mboko.
Sa na ye.
Bibia so be kama.
Yes.
Nya reshim. Bibi abefa.
Osikani no me video bi. I think say enra we morning show no so no. Obo yewura maji dokuru abaso. Say at least ohunu here say ye drip machines no. E di sie ye nkuro ahodo mu because that is the purpose ntia. Ye de Accra 2000 plus drip equipment e de buy no. Na me hunu say binumu security obinum security pass untumi TV accredited Maji Dokuru. I think Saturday na me so kra metia e wo hot issues no so me so me kan
who say videos security
me kan ya oye because sabe emfa won political party a e bia wonam so be MC no if indeed the guy is working out I don't think so ye aduma
who say yan no efiafo no yenye wo mo ma ton wo ma adwi no mu nyansa no we have not sold our conscience etino oye NDC ni na oye ade a papa ebo amanfo na ye ba betena ha bo abaso and nobody will stop us from doing that.
Sure.
Edus ya mo achi nso a odi nsem hunu nso a ye beka.
Yeah.
Etiri se ne omo circulate we no. Odu NDC mu no odi nsem hunu ne ye ka. Wa mo circulate ya no nso na nkọ na nipa ne hunu se. De ya wo ye ne nsem hunu no wo ye. Eno ano no. Eno ano no.
Me the platforms be me nse bi so that constituency na do you fly no won't me TV credit to me na say we dey boni bi because at the end of the day o mu twa basha na wo bash okay am say no so bem na wo bash you fedu yes say no hunu ni Maji Dokuru dey machines no ye na na minim say hono mo dey kan ho dey a because o credit ba ko but ba ko so ye na dwuma yi
that is it
because there are places are flat prone areas are Ekma you so petika kra bi a flood na nei what the drip machines that friends saying efia cancer one with tim and rasi mu video bi so a Takoradi East yewura Tobis empeso so na storm drain bi wo ho a emu adane efuo bode wom eburo wom banchi wom biribia omo ti storm drain nim na insuno tumi ade afem wo ma block esi ye kwan no so lead to Eastern Okrom anya mo trouble isi an person mu dwi so with the drip machines it is any pani bono mani
enu asa kwa no kra me kofa ho me kofie na me nabo ho wo mo ti gata kakra kamu wo mo ti mu pa
yes wo mo tim
you see entino ade na STM lawyer Frederick Faustinus Fedu onso wo di drip machines no eye
obi de
no ani bi
district be obi me but I just question rhetorics bi na me bisa
obi entino ade na wo di machines ye wo be di timu no ensuo toye no ensujiri na ba fom no STM behwe second bobo nyina mo abakam ya da no da lawyer e ka say lawyer blay amanya me kese wakotimu nti no ya nto abanti amesa ene ensuo to ene so hunu ye say na me say na wodi hu yes enti no sa niema we no say assembly no e de machines aba ye se yemfa nyi kwan na machines e de tegates mu ka ho a as me can say as a sensible measure me words in as a competent municipal chief executive no then I say make use of the equipment and the machines now the perfect say aha ensuo to a flood due to gutters emu atwoku nti na machines ni guo na ya fedu what is this
I say la fedu no nye ready ana MC no hate no but we show Maji da I say bia na premier campaign be there but Maji do policy bia na friend boss solutions that the building opportunities for sustainable solutions boss and no gat mutin no awum nti na one plans na na nkoso pese what come rehye bedwam fie no nti say am farmer no I was on the boss no we do assembly nim no dey adwuma
anasa wa fama mimre mu kakra o kire manye wukin se lawyer Fedu no so kogina se ento no so as into ono so as a member of parliament nti se niti ye no wonya ayanka da no betumi ayede aboa the constituency into you should always be ready to serve
yes
you should always
be proactive he should be proactive aha nyina no o catchment area where town kwana lead to ye can say why insurance
Presby contest was side
yes you see when you yiri emre bia besin ko ensuo to ana ha enyiri enso de pa na asia eyiri enso unu say gates no emu atoku and to make use be proactive enough and make use of the drip machines that will be at the air to get them war the catchment area what you there na woje bibi agisi yaka bibi ani yanka
na is okay da ben kro ana Presby contest LED to a friend is saying Stanbic one and
yes so to yiri say
equal snake to that ben and
rana make us say that ben is and yema we share because first in so to ha no enyiri ha
sure
say a human behavior
you see assembly na hunu say adia to mu say nipa na so den meboa gates no mdi ngura begumu a machines na aba no as a competent MC there na so ye obetina o say make kan say hey machines na esisi wo no make use of the machines na answer wo dey ayaduma sesa na tisimu wo mu no kura ni gina gata no mu bi na wo tim na no na de o ye ni hwenfa
on say ye won ye mbrantefo a ye yi wo mu as MCs ana ye wo enkokrafo nso enkokrafo no mo ha adwese because o hwa you are afraid you obi
I'm disappointed in him seriously
na hwade no
o hwe de dan enkrofo no kwa ye wo mo party office wo ka ja to ka kwa mu ne wo kwa ne ba na ya ka say wo de nam ye ni siwo ye bi na eba na wo ba ya de o ye ni what no
na go find some funtiam kwes they know say but they know say the man can't work because na ho den no na ho den wo fom ontumi nya mbrante adwuma ne mbrante ne ye no can fedu just men can say go deep into the gutters and they silt the gutters no
na wo nya sa kura no a enema no a ewo disposal no just make an order say monko na monko ye municipal ye metropolitan works engineer for no buo no adwuma ne say adwuma pa ye de we ya secondary Takoradi twin city ensuo to ye ahwe chese bebia ziri bebia first na ensuo to enyiri kura ne ho nyina yiri hwe look at this
mama mi suma no
look at this
o say you see problem akoso wo kroimu say that is bebre no mu aso so krefiri so ndi so ya to say o fem no aye ka be wa ni say kwa na dem mo say o she gatem
ani enyan dodo etino lawyer Feidu should be proactive there can nya see time no he should be proactive machines no wo ho abandada na kra machines na be go assembly bia nya bi etino ne ye de te gatem aye yie no make sure say obema omade akotete gates akakraka atwoku ewo STM enumu say na be nsuo to bia mu a enkonko for how we market circle da be na nsuo to market circle ehiri fa akwan enumu nyina da be da be ya
the problem now is Oscar first banka e descend ko market inside na flood wo inside but say no mo ye new market na o a cover honey na the problem ya ba intino say abafufra ba ni abandana nfrase no
wo hwe nsuo ni store mu just look at this
and han de problem e benya no we kwa pan tokese no tokese a be yiro na because nsuo ni nya kwa nwura market na omobubu market no first no na nwura market nim na afafa gates nkito anim na yiri afa nkofo stores ni ade but for now no ma block na nsuo no ntumi ko no e be worse than this cry
adanu ada former regional minister Kwaka say nsuo to a na woti low area you should plan B no mo di natem meboa ti no mo di natem I say adwuma no ntimi nye meboa
enti wo fa sesia no say nsuo to na wo mpe plan B atena ho
no mo say adwuma no ntimi nye meboa good you see ano ya to aba ayi obi obetimi aya adwuma no enti no nsuo to ye no wo mo ahunu ana the current regional minister me wofa honorable Joseph Nelson wadaroma wahunu ne eye region no mu aye especially metro no mu sane nsuo yiri afamu no wahunu de ete report be na ade ko abankesie mu ade ama mampani afen so no the STM mayor so wadaroma wo de wo case ni very different because una aka se mpura na epunu o you have all the equipment at your disposal and you know ade pa na esentia who make good use of the equipment can you come one way so no fa man no hunu say office now what no enye ono ani fie o enye personal property o eye nyina ye die ntino te wo no na ni pay qualified doso enso wo ne yesi obetimi ya ne de ma wo etino wakotena ho a enya akonya no a ya adwuma no na enye so sunsanso papa say wo ba ye no emre bia besel ko na nsuo yiri enso nei enso yiri no abrase abafomo eno ade ahwehwe and once again young commander honorable Abdul Majid Dokurugu Idrisu Nasam MC Ekma adwuma so a wode drip machines na ye no obi anhwe no onsua
yesu muntwa
na onye bi sabe e be nsuo to a kuro no mu enyiri mfa kuro no mu ensai nyapade no ho niema eno ano no yanko anim
yo Oscar ebre no kwade about nka 1 minute bi ho no concerning this year economic gains no man penise yanhwe na yen protect because of Israel ne Iran fo ntokwa no you see anora na medi ho komo kakra na research kakra na chirem se ma ama ye hypocrite and yanka ento sabe a hypocrite because you were manyim ene ye be ka kire yen e wa abandana ne penso se a bloody lie. I think say no na pakra bobo so e dey screenshots be kire and no video na fast as me ko trip here and no so your boy here but you see Ukraine ne Israel friends Russia ntokwa 85 months and even more our Ghana and not end this for your way say Ukraine ebano net exporter of fuel omudi ma akotene pa Ghana yeso too crude yentumi ndane crude na ni ndane refined oil nti ade kwasa mama yiso ene economy so refine ema ye nenye bi ede bo manyim they know and eduru san nti no ema import and export esizi here because Russia and Ukraine for the go do fuel come wan when refine am nti no the problem ede bo manyim ema petrol ko 23 cedis this is about 70 cedis obeka ya 2022 bronya aya obi ontwe ni bronya pepe bia we say all because of inflation kosoro eduane component shortages and a car many Ghana ni nana ndi for ya we na me dey me ka say yebu o man yembu o man e ya manyosem after politics e ya membu but after politics so still na no mo ye politics and then obi ntokwa di 5 months enya sunsun so bone wo o man Ghana so ne amama hodo na so wo just 3 days no who came nja no yanji ntumu say ayampa say Israel ni Iran fo ntokwa ana men ne yen so aha e ho ba be kire wo kwan bi so ene yanji ntu wo hu no but you di 5 months wo enya susu so no so de wo say ende me yanji ntum nya ka so mo na mismanage economy no
nya atwomfo ne de saa
hypocrisy pa the highest level
yantinsim na muntie aban appointed eye Professor Francis Hasford as Deputy Director General de ma GAEC, Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. Yes, sir. President Mahama Aban. Wamun ko hwehwemu se prof no eso ne din so no. Wa ene sa prof we nu a. Yes, sir no. Ayako ayano e ma ne nyesa. Yes, sir pa. Yensa da yensa ya mo president Mahama ya pa chewo. The appointing authority ya pa chewo. Presidency wono yes, sir mu o. Professor we am appointed say one co deputy GAEC no yesremo yempe bia say JTech for number say hey Jack akwa wanya professor bia entino yesremo due diligence enya adwuma asa ye bu enwani mu ase do o ma ba ko dia mamu ba ko na fake doctor ade e tia fake PhD ade e tia hwan ade no what is this enti yesremo appointment ni bia waye when hwehwemu yie hunu se prof na twani bi so wa ene eno ano no yanti sim ne yanku anim
o faida se amemo ba ko ene fake doctors
bebre
fake doctors no dosun e was system no na media ya na me shada antiase e by force say ye for doctor e by force obi kura kasemu ne nneema bi a wo ye mpo tun so we die wonuru sa we no kran so wo se ye frame doctor woni ho enko kansa wo force call GTech fo be so mu wo fa ye hyase me hyase edi e free the Ghanaian Times ko Accra tanum Ghanaian Times edi abakra to feto so miensa ne yichiru se ayinsamo a eni ama ne hom no so e wo sunwane nti enrada eni etuo etoto pa e wo hono ma kyese ne ekoso honom ne nyasem kuma e wo sempenifo etumi ebem Ghanaian Times enim na we dan na no pay na Ghana aban na eka kire Israel eni Iran force wamomodea sene wam eye no obi abeka na koma to ne yem na mom wam ebehia na wam edi nkomo na obi etumi atene ho ase na ntokwa wo hwanya de betumi di asomdua ba na we amoku na 3 days pe bomb de bi etumi abeto Ghana ama nneoma eya ayebasai inti Ghanaian Times ni Ghana ban etoto asre Israel fo se wam enya butre na Supreme Court nominee nra wo kopie mo vetting committee nenim and what justify the establishment of public tribunals and also at the Kratafeto Sonai our Ghanaian Times in the East any HMU say any municipal security council no wom abomodia 20 illegal miners and ensa etumi aso mu Ghanaian Times e de abana no pay
na daily guide de bokrata no so e de ni kratafa eno etoso emiensa enra ajajefo beye enum ohunu ana eburo num
omo ye enum
ye hese ye be vete omu na ye vete miensa ama nei miensa no so atumi akyerɛkyerɛ mu e de akyerɛ Ghana fo fa no emremu a na kratafa to so miensa ana yewura senyo jamefe wono so eka wo mo ye vete wo no wo kyerɛ mu sɛ oba no mremu a judiciary no wo mo adwuma wo they are not financially independent sebi enye wo mo anu tuetu wo ka wo so eda payroll so a boso me so a yitu wo ka nti wo mo nye se bi wo ne wo pɛ no wo mo ye e osikasem mu na Supreme Court nominee wa cheche nsem bebrebe and so ka say the uncapping of the Supreme Court ne nsem bebrebe no a ebi so kwa ka so won ti ase se Takoradi 16 years de amremu no wo ho kwa so otumi asi na gegem na mo woni wo kwa so betumi aware ye and na me kan wa ha so ka ya mra na mo kwa so 16 years otumi de asi wa gegem by consent oni ni penalty ase ana musu magegem de ya fan mra na nyemo hwe ba se oni 18 years otumi ware na de ntro bi odi 16 years otumi si na gegem
na gegem enya wa afo ade a
enyo
na nipa yesi obetumi a yenti nyoma bi wo wa enti na omo yemu nsa kire ma yen
be so bible na so no eyo a constitutional bible na say ya wa afo ade a but constitution is 16 years otumi si wa gegem abana
wo besi wa gegem nanso ya ma wo ware nipa no
say dem bra na ma wo kwasi wa gegem because
akoba ne sasa your friends say teenage pregnancy ya kuyen na be kosoro
no eba ne sa na court no ntumi nya wo be ma no hwe say be chiwo say kodemu ni sa we no court ntumi nya wo hwe mbra asem no no 16 years na ti ase ma me am boy ya na me na nanti any identity parent wo ko file case kra na enkusi hwe because oba na ti ase ne yare no na yero Ofori-Atta nso yesi prostatectomy said brofundi modu na pena and peno ska so betumi abo mami put you to shame brofuno kramba dey krani
put the shame yanko eni
brofuno krambu osu bi entam na put you ska to shame na o chama eba me bo atiro I say prostatectomy yanko eni
ni na ne se prostate prostate surgery
prostate surgery
can no be
prostatectomy
ka ta krema no
ya chemu si am yadom I successful ne yire enra o ka se ma me Angela Dr. Angela ye kind of Ofori-Atta Angela Ofori-Atta ano no so etumi ene nsentwe what they release at the ebaye na I say ex minister be so I do candidate Japan na we chemi say supporting the presidential bid in the power and no sam kakra e wa no pay
metro so free metro lens ko Accra no more relevance are pride and your former Western North regional minister Yewura Jojo Rocky Oben ono na sam ena na ochirema di twato no wono en wochiremu si Yewura Kennedy Japan de wogine tumu pan se 2028 wono na the New Patriotic Party manyoko no famra no be prutumi fama no ma wo mo eno enam so ema ne ne property ni fie kese pa or the ama wo mu se wo mu emfanye party mobilization a Metrolens e dia betwenim ha ene anopem na wo hwe ko wakrate ni mu so a Yewura Onassis Kobi or deputy CEO Edma Operations and Technical Petroleum Hub Development Corporation ne foni da ha no see Israel for any around phone tokwa wo mu ekwin ebre wie du se Ghana yensu ebetumi ama Ghana hanom aye energy hub Kratafeto so nkron Metrolens nso diaba Yewura Steven intim yetitine ni ma the New Patriotic Party manyoko enra na ebusuafo de nkrata ba monte omu kire se omu bepese temporarily no obe step down as chairman na say one year party edwuma gidigidi bia sansa na pomudin enyoma nhada nko yisa Kratafeto so wo Metrolens na de bai na Kratafeto so na wo Metrolens no so kwotamalia yesi efi yaminu kru no wade ntia Zoom Lion for contract no ewu wo mu renew ye nti obi ampa so be kwa kwesi krum enti Metrolens ne wodenam anopeni
the national enquirer the Ofori-Atta no osuko krokoma nyoku ehira dorado party ebodiana manse na atigu sanse party mu dom no edoso ai se asante kotoko no kuma apem ebeba opa frim afan ho omo sister na omo komanim na yera JFK ona ye twetwere former party NPP no kratafa to so emiensa na nan obo amane se yese your friends say power struggle obi a pre to me ewo NPP amanyoku onim na plot to us first vice chairman Bute uncovered and also some the high chairman say obi a pre to me ni bi ewo ye party nim na on first vice chairman nde ibimu chairman say on person me ni fro and ibimu say omoton adedi na o hwa ase anso a ena no court ko ase chene chairman say okon krapupuni mantemu a boni Kentucky Adamalacha otoso emienu on nde mprempremu oye Ohirepon ewo gama nchasase so inti ba ko no twumuro so hano munyi ni frimfrim mfensi nchankura na
ga manche no ene hene no
gama nche
ha gama nche ga hene
inti enya gama nche o ga asase so
yes inti wo manche ewo ga asase so
hene wo ga asase so anti gama nche
yes
ase aya ga hene preocupe okay ti ba ko no taki twumuro wani ese yin ni sinche baby na na ye hene na honsam wa na endai yewra Godwin Eduji Tamakulu indi one NP ma CEO ma MP wachem say fuel prices no are stable and found say Iran ne Israel for kontokwa bibia is stable abana yankwe
mede the insights ena mede to aso nuclear so ena mede to apo mede nim galamsey yes galamsey horror sisi awoko ahomosu SHS any stem hono mo stem school no ye kiremu san kwada no wo munya haw obi wo ho na so esisi wo munti asem yi obi so wo ho no anani wa sha se enya wo haw adentia ensu na wo mo nonom no ni nyina asai galamsey fo nu na wo mudi eye galamsey no asen kwada nani esisi wo mo aso e de aka ho nti ye kasa galamsey ko na ye de ya amanyosam no bebi e de adru no ewo the insight ko wakata nim ena de we so e de aba na no pay na wasa Amenfi East MC wo ho no wo kire mu se why na adwun so ne minus no ebeka bom na chesensase wo mo ankasa asani nyina wo masan aye reclamation ewo ho no mo the insight e de aba ene anopai ensama hodo ewo enim ha de dika bobo bebre na so nti ba ko mienu na ebetumi aboso insight
the daily searchlight do bokrata no ozie na edi wie na anura nkomo bebre no akoso ewo the vetting committee nim abra no mo vete supreme court nominees binom na yero jama fede o kan sem bebre no a wase we ni brefo na say wa dwen say o come more than 2 times some company a masa embra no nche sa one day onyintum say o ko emprensa so ade ngwa na Ghana sabe
wonimu
nyansa wo pe ohwanya entu pe so di o company more than 2 times ana e de ni bre no beifo ba na yes ade no
beifo ba
we na wanka ba me na me kan shim beifo ba na yes ade no
say ye to make us state and explain
to me explain it and I discuss
yes
me discuss it jama fase waka ne de awie say won support the third ten but kakra me kaka won say we beifo ba ana woni nso ade ya ye ba kwa ma ye mienu ama ya o de kra ko impoma ya se ba nche de akwadwa so ya nto
ya sa na ni brenam
beifo ba so ni bibi so ti jai sa ade no na muwa Osikani wie yo
to aso yankwa
yankwa ye
even say
mo de asi okay me de ya statement bi e de ama MCR wadaroma mo fa nto so ma me na yenkenkan mu nsem kakra emra you know we every the National Conference of Principals of Colleges of Education Ghana PRENCOF say adjustment to feeding arrangements in public colleges of education. And with the indulgence, can I say the Conference of Principals of Colleges of Education, PRENCOF, extends warm greetings to the leadership and membership of the Teacher Trainees Association of Ghana. Or say PRENCOF acknowledges the government's commitment to providing the full feeding grants to students attending public colleges of education in Ghana. It is important to remember that out of the total monthly amount of 400 Ghana cedis that the government pays to students for feeding, PRENCOF and TAG have an arrangement in which a monthly amount of 195 Ghana cedi made up of 8 cedi per day per student is deducted to feed students. However, effort by Prinkoff to persuade TAG to increase the daily rate to a reasonable amount of students for students to contribute to the colleges of feeding have been unsuccessful over the years. After careful consideration and extensive consultations across all 47 public colleges of education, Prinkoff has concluded that it is impossible to continue feeding your members on the current 8 Ghana cedi per trainee per day. Therefore, Prinkoff has resolved to implement an adjustment to the current feeding arrangement for teacher trainees effective Monday, 16th June 2025, due to the difficulty in sustaining the provision of 3 meals per day within the current allocation of 8 Ghana cedi per trainee. Thus, effective Monday, all teacher trainees residing on campus will be provided with 1 hot meal daily. Aside from the cost of food items, the cost of related logistics have made it financially unsustainable to continue with the current model without compromising the continuous existence of the colleges. While we acknowledge the importance of adequate nutrition to trainee welfare and academic performance, we must also ensure that feeding arrangements are realistic and within our institutions' financial capacity. The present strain on college budgets is significant, and this measure is aimed at safeguarding essential services while ensuring that at least 1 nutritious meal is provided daily. Betinase. And you know, one more entity here, the various teacher training colleges, you know. Near a quantity of banisa, and maybe a best corona, your mama Diane and Prensa, and a pair Riania Numre. Now, a nay, and your colleges in Nisika Sam Enkoye. As answer, tag any Prinkoff for conscious say. Sir, a bank provided 400 Ghana cedis the mao moi. One of the 196 Ghana cedis best so. Say a baby to me feeding quadano and a pair Riania Numre. One more boy a tag for I feel back with you. Sikanum Mabium. And to know someone to be trust and for the Christmas a Juma. 400 cedis now buying the bano. A bet to me FED a quada and a nipa bakubia once a day. And to the free and ra. Ade kwade and also ka ho wo one of the 47 training colleges e wo ma mu hanu a fa se otirimu say ubedi di baako especially wo wo campuses no and wo campus no wo mbedi di baako o se maba
Oscar
ade entina NDC aban e betina konwa so a ene adano ada yesi yetwa teacher training allowance mu obi de ba na obetua e ne anu oteso no na sika na ode ma omo no na eso omo aduane noa ene aban asesa edien pa na esintia yesi omo moje entitiye so mbe ya kire fo no e mo aduane once a day.
You see, Oscar, the problem of the whole thing is and this man you kwankasa, especially a man Penny John Dramani Mahama. Meka say, well, you're a nice person, a nice gentleman, but when it comes to a memgobua, when a teacher for our woman jintitie at church council, any a nurse for that's the teacher trainees and the nursing trainees, no one woman didn't hear crack. But at the end of the day, so what's steady trend now? Yeah, but the 12 baby anua. Now I done it no. Now I smart the small boys, and that is what smart Judge Pareado, Pablo. So I'm like I say, one money and nice for no money teacher for now. Moon cancel more teacher training allowance. Oh, that's the problem we have in this country. Say about the 12 but yeah, no my you be fair. At the yes, be a money pata a teacher for and a nice form of entity. Oh, problem is here, Samba. And I know I catch it and so. The second term ne die anya die obetwa a teacher and nursing training allowance mu bim, which means we didn't keep mu kane. And was abeka almost say controller and accountants general department obe make sure say the second coming no obetumi ama anese for na teacher for mo identity no or salary and as allowance no o metua directly from controller as if say o mo ye permanent workers ni na no dey entice wo mo what the mad na yo mo fese na mo ntuma joma hama this wo ba obey ni say dem wo mo bisa nurse ni ana teacher ni wo identity say bosome sunye no controller and accountants general department etua ne ka na because I know catch them say the second come no what the salaries na now allowance never call controller ni etua omo be so be say ne dia ba I don't know say for controller there I don't know even mahama ba ye 6 months ni one more agi allowance bia na omo giye no enfa na fa ye was the usual way omo dey allowance na for controller so no ana school feeding secretariat me fa free from e dey abasoro e be catch them say and they mamne boyfriend say hagia setogo so why no on school feeding on the see odano a trekrata e dey buy just some 2 days to reopening of our various schools say one more school feeding no one holding on more nkono aduane ma nkwada for the third term all because ye pese yetena se na yetumi fa nkrofo foforo e de omoba no ma school feeding aduane benua wabra nimpa no wonim say wo mu di dwa ahead of school reopening and one can't tell woman one more be a school now more cock on the animal and I feel say more be a new diane no more second term a easy can be a cabin on my race no more number train in due course that's the perform you see here in due course Genta make us a bad way and ring a teacher for identity and next from identity and on the same one who feels so bomb what can do because I do baby no grano now there was division in NDC because I been support say identity and ye ebinu kasa identity ye tua anese for ene a teacher for mo identity ye tua musika ye mo allowance ni akachi wo mo various ye universities ni so omunji loan je for mu na ngu loan trust fund ni so and Kevin Taylor was one of those people no mo agitate say identity ye so mo so sa eduru baby na abranti owo TV3 John Hughes won so kasa identity ye pampa anese for mo identity yes eduru baby na Captain Smart so di do o matem so ma dwenye and they Ewuramu our colleges of education. And the same teacher training for ya. Colleges of education, the same teacher training for ya. Me chiriba mienu. Every year, a friends and your a fija friends and holy child. Me chiriba mienu. As it mienu anamienza. Fati Mercy. Oh, we a holy child. I'm said 2-3 years ago. And we a holy child. Huh? But say where the batum or kwemu akabe me ya papa because pressure na na we ye free me so because abane hwemo mo aduane die no pressure na wo na abane fa ye no ise no nka ba beda mememe so anaba beda buchiafo no so ebuchiafo so sabe kwam ya he ye wa he na de aduane so de no so a aban no NPP aban no okura mu kakra nka no ebesa de aka problems ene worries ho and they I think say 400 Ghana cedis na wo college of education ne de 196 eka wo no ebe 596 no ya say na ususu bia no a student ba ku bia no ya ma no 8 cedis a day 8 cedis a day into anopa wi na numbre no teacher training ni bia didi bia 8 cedis indi why just look at say sabre no pa na yetumi amamo 8 cedis eduane no how nutritious was it 8 cedis say be prison ni kradi 2 cedis aya prison yan fa bi kran fanka omusika no prison ni wodi 2 cedis prison ni wodi 2 cedis 1 cedi 80 pesos say say for 20 pesos nka ho na ye 2 cedis ento obi na endai wadi ntitiye say me niya me kwakosue na ne say me hu na babo afode e dia ma oman no na ka bone ba no waye because teacher training ni wadi hu na babo afode ama Ghana ne nkwanda ina no o tumi ko bebia a chereche adwuma ya no betuma adan a chere nursing training de abufunu no o certificate say asa lock ne say o certificate untumi fa nko different profession mu because the one question to say on nurse mu osika one fa sa level na professional even be no refa sabe say boba betra me so anu say obeye yi ana so akwa say boutique ano certificate ekuta no enye open like others de no a utumi di fa bebia e banka obetumi ewura bebia but nurse ni ono say be hospital any sa pharmacy ni ade no betumi aye ohunu enti man lock certificate no enti ade bi wona se ye dia amma wo mo a ye hwe ni ye pa ni amma ma comment o mo yem because a sick pocket a hungry nurse ni is a threat to national security hungriness ne waje tete o school mu a accommodate no waba abonten the ensam fata mu onyen na obeye it on the ethics of the nurse no ense na koma mu ma because you starve no you no kom ebe ho school mu it is here na ni abie na ni anwan into obafred no so a eno be bi ensam fata na enya bufo mpono na ne buafu ni ama me friend so meduro no time aso fa ba me no kra no na ne buafu because the idea no school mu no atete of fame no koma ya de tire no ehun sunsanso na ekoso wo obopane akra no a well, besides, I will do. I know the cobble. You see, the problem is, Yama at for 1, and that's for 2. Ye power man, your baby be credit to be an 2 professions way.
Yeah,
because they are very critical. At church for better about just 1 minute. About better man bon. Teacher for Brenuano, yet de Omuko Jam Brenin because a buffoo council was your dear beer. Anthony, all because of near the famous and Titiabiano. Many teacher will go crab man and Indian at tea. I didn't say Banasa. A your dear be a send where Burabia a send who school him, a common children and who before the bank on so. Okay. Let's get to so when I bad young one, I know send your mamma, you do commercially. But what more brew? I am telling you. One more training colleges, no more brepa. One more brepa. I buy me banner or prioritize here sanitary pad. So, sanitary pad. Why not to mean to sanitary pad and money baba? What's your maba? Yeah. A Ghana and Quadam was saying a quote primary ne ye can't say a secondary school. Ya create na minim atam 300 million Ghana cedis say ya de ko crap pad. E dia begum ne abeche dia mom. Obecha ni fie say afibia no ya bebo ka 300 million ana. And so says can be to see sanitary pad factories by me no anam yensa am ya kese produce bi wa say enti aban a waba wo prioritize the sharing of a sanitary pad to a chere-cherefo a wo no mo gentiti ya ba be gina classrooms ahoduo no mu no abetere nkwada na de no na sebe mprediasa wo sa aban no yanya de aban bia na wo man bia won prioritize education and health care sa wo man no you are sitting on a time bomb. Yeah. Chani okay, no. And maybe beba ama the lack of expertise at these sectors, you know. Ebema one wo you can say wo man no kra no amanfa pomuden ai bibia ho. Sure. And Ghana eboka edit training a nurse for na doctor for wia. Wo mo bin no mo hu na dwuma. No mo kwa mo no ne. Yeah. And then I'm going to seek for greener pastures. And you know, it tells you, sir, your system no and your papa. Yeah. Your system and your papa. And can be minimum say, I'll buy our baby so by a reset. Sanya money na first place, you know, take care of Sanya Mano. Reset na Shasi and Efrisa, wa how no. Okay, sensitive sectors, no. Not problems, no challenges in our home. Now the research na there. Ako, no. Now the research na ko. Na ako research. Na fe sa how ni nyina no. Ya so no one way or the other. Na system no I sanitize. Na wo ya adwuma e wo sa sectors wo no so no. Enya emoji die say. Ya tena musua de ne awie a. Ya nya adwuma za. Ya katua e ye de e fata ye ya e se de man. Ya ho se ye kwa mo no ne. Abai we ba ye a doctor for tax exemption a wo kraka afra ne ba na ye exempt wo no wa betwam wo say nsem hunu e bo ma ne ka amani ya ka say a doctor for ka so mo kra begu airport no e da so guo say woni sika de betua abortion oti wo sa ne what is ye bo ka no a wa kra ba no oxy say lewa you see sani ma we nyina no esese reset no also de ba no take care of Saniama no yeah na system no how ne eye we na wo nyina no ye de reset ni yifri ho yeah na o pretty reset o ba ya nso a reset no ye hunu reset a reset o le reset no tata enipa bi mu who does that? Yes, Oscar, you see na enanu bi say komo emu ode ne oba ne ma we de ndi ne break akra komo emu ode enanu mi di komo bi fansa aseme ya ho. So when it comes to the health sector no a aban mienu we hwan na adwene unless for na doctor for ye di ho pa and ye kenkan no hwe enim ko enim no ye minus and plus ye board mass no na ko see say NPP no wono ba amembo mu a omo dwen prioritize the welfare of the nurses and the doctors pa me hwe hope man education but you see 2012 before John Dramani Mahama His Excellency wono ankasa ne wa the first term mu ye rakofo penso what the bibi by say na boss no that is tax waiver on vehicles ye imported na unless for na doctor for na import by Ghana ha what the one that's one no wo wevu ye yi di free wo ma wo mo kofo penso wo fra be mu na sai na ye adwuma pa 2012 is Excellency John Dramani Mahama somewhere December mu and 2012 because obebe yi sa yi tax waiver ni di free wo kra and another the screenshot bit was say Mahama scraps tax waiver on these vehicles a doctor for Accra ti obaya ya 4 years oman ka ho hwe ana yama peni dada nana da kwaku for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia mo ba ye wo mo reinstate sa de no obeka ya covid bre wo mo ma wo 50% is it allowance tax free on mo basic salary bo so yaketo mo de no say 2000 Entwamian tititi etoni na no na bia kan fanse be ye 1005 and now say 1007 and na do say that mo salary no basic salary no minus your allowances no say 2000 may send 50% e dey kan wo salary no ho say na be ye tititi to no a obesa so nya wo salary ni sa na ka ha na do ne biem na ko wonye on health to oyema frontline health workers ni na because covid aba obi adwane akwa dem ba mo a doctor for na nurse for no mo sinkete say ye be ye adwuma no se na be ye Ghana for dodo na enwuo nti na do ye send dem mame enya biribi mfa support mo asare say mo allowances mituama mo ni ade mo feel okay na mo de mo ba adwuma no mo ba service no so a na ma say feel okay ato aso ana wo ye ne sade ma wo mo edu baby kura no ye nua ba eye perpetual Ofori ampofo anei eni di fotwa bono say nukunu eye English among from constituency chairman no wakura sorry tia say adenti na atam na MPP na wa ba mu adenti ana ye na ye health workers na Ghana Medical Association fo ebinom yam wo mo that tax exemption no sabre no na MPP na wa be mbato kaseti ende ndi fo hunu se mama na duru baby kra no ono aso se mo so ye MPP ni a o kaseti na aban na mo ndwi na mo hunu se enya politics na woman wo ye na bom no wo prioritize the welfare of ne nkrofo a wo lead wo mo and such is a great leader ono hwe se ono no pen pesa minkunye na mo odwen se ne followers nso betumi nya biribi die free ne omo yenim you see na na do no ba ye omo side we ne ba ye no na no ye na wo kesi so na no ye ana GMF Ghana Medical Association for edikrata by some person who share the leadership of this government adenti ana aban papa bi NPP aban wo mo yes say ye kra ahyen efrikwasi broni krom kofo podi o kapo no ye no 2000 capacity say car na wo de ba no ma na wo de ba na mu ni duro no emru 2000 capacity so a wo ho kwan say ye be wave tax in the amount but na do wo ye general what a bar send the TBA no ye wave tax at the amount we health worker also feel the economy mu bi freely o talk about na de bia si port na mo bon auctions na nimpa no se monum se oni sika na ma ba den auction adenta monte so auction price na manipa no so no oyinika ntino de bia no o mo pa mo nsam ni bia di on person mu ebuga na fofa so in a way na mo dey for those sectors no and these are two critical sectors and you see didi agrokra Kenyan prioritize the welfare of the health worker and no come get enough health worker enough ni akoso sabia ho dey be why deliberate ye kun just that because you need time amount and then we say for example when them from say me wan obi frame of phone so say wakọ eye friend say hospital bi no me pese me bodin na okay for discussing second mambodi a government hospital Escado government hospital na mistake a driver ni no de omodation ba ne yense yesi e fa ko efian kwanta ono no amane ba Escado minim se bia na aye credit card a amane ye na omono kwa ndie adoctor for no hwe no se no mo hwe ni bia no bara akwara we free me BC candidate a wo twere e no mo se ena no Friday no se de opumoja sa omono no kwa ya we free ben so esaman ben so esaman ye ko yidie no ben so esaman opumoja sa omono no kwa ya akwara ye wu e we Escado hospital wo mo pehes make in general ambulance na fefunu no omo pa bi na mo dia akoda na to akwa mortuary e we fian kwanta mo ye ya mo so mo ni bi omo frɛ bi wo omo so omo se buo yi entumi ni bi e be frɛ no na say ke hospital na say dey say obɛhwɛ sɛ nipa na frɛ mu no o me make sure so mo ye health no na mo de na tum na mo de no ko fian kwanta because me nya sure say is kind of more mortuary wo ho omo krampo omo so percent ko mo de no be hye eye ne wa he European hospital but hospital na ntumi nginem ampe health ni bi afa mo ma ade atimemu no da ho am ade atinye and there was a problem nipa no will report to me and nipa no me nua prekope me kan sa me nua prekope because me na free benso but ne wo fase no eti benso isaman ano omanya hes ni bi ama no because nua me bo wo mo hwe se masa ye bo okrampo at the end of the day aban not so no one recognizing effort aban recognizing effort it the ye na no aban hunu ye tire mu no wanya hes no umu na kwasha motion abano one counting count and one for tribubom na pe hes na be fa umu no fara kwasha mortuary and offer me the next day so say na wo hwe bi minim say no munya bi ne kwasha mortuary dia into no ya prioritize the health the welfare of the health workers me no bebrebe di agu and politicians need drum nkomofu na ka finance minister de adwuma papa be na wo ya enu nti ka prioritize welfare agriculture minister say be adwuma papa be na wo ya sanitation minister bola minister say be adwuma papa be na wo ye works and housing adwuma papa be na wo ye ministries adwuma papa be na wo ya me ka so mo nya hwe but ase yamma ye health no na ke ro community aka no de ka fan na e ba hia ye look health minister because on one health na ase it is amukasa mu ye bribia politics ni ponte health na ase no mo de onim adwuma na kase na nso ndo onim dia doctor for na nurse for FM nti ono zabi ono no wo ye ne kua won ne job so and so omra me ye yi and wa ba be yi na ye yi no so ba health minister
okay
you see a big problem Ghana ha no ya hwe na nkasa ho a ebetumi ha repose ga
but enura me hunu ye video bi na Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association for President no your friend say
perpetual for area
okay say okwa no ne
yes
na wama bona baso
oh
yeah
wow
wama bona baso ho na I think say amonone no ekuo bi wo ho a womo hwe apomode ne ho I think say oye deputy chair we said
okay
anija obeduye wo hwe eye odo a anese fo no ediko hia no na commenter na say statement o make ye no a na che o pefe say ne leadership no wo mo nimdiye wo mo enjo nti ya na wo mo strike ye na NDC fo di wo matemo no na ye me ya pa say obi a wa rise to that level na the old demand no enye for ono ane personal interest for the whole nursing society no interest na NDC fo bi mo any journalist fo bi mu a wo mo se yese wo ma identity a wo nim papa ne bone edi ma me na temo edi enti a wo mo se ni kunu English ya man from NPP constituency chairman eti ni kunu no na enei o hye ma me ni kutu pase wo ma nurse for no enko strike ena me bisa se nurse for no mo strike ni se bia buru obi na bedwena ma mo ana wo mo antime nwunu mutirim ehunu se ade we die esefata yense ye de mai ntino ye tu ho anamo a ye ntu ho anamo this obi na be ka kire wo ena eniema bebrebe nu a bara no pay ye kan we say groups ahodo e wo mamu ha sei no strike any demonstration mandatory constitutional mandate enti say obi ehunu say eniema esese ne nsa kan o ba bi o ye adwuma ne nsa nkan ye na obeti atwia mo bia ni obi atem wo Ghana ha mo bia ni obi atem wo Ghana ha ne ante Ghana ha NDC fu ankota bi mu achi amo ma anye unnecessary demonstration ho niema wo Ghana ha ne senior o memu ase
sure
ene papa ya wonya shipes authority
bataza
ai jampu wajire ho minai wa nede eye utag fuos ho afo amo anto ma dwene amo ma ndi na chi anko akọ so mo ko demonstration o strike wo Ghana ha e ko wi achi no onyi ni position dana na atechefo no se wo sa na ate what the idea dia
why fanfu
ama na wo enjoy at the expense of a year o members no enti ade ne de o chema ba wo bi strike obi aye demonstration a ohun tumi wo ho kwan so ye den o yes a demonstration no NDC for ma atemdidie no emra fom asa wo ma atemdidie no emra fom wo ma atemdidie no emra fom yesre mo tumi ni ye de amom you see our president Mahama na ti akonwa ne so ntidi ambiem ani dede koka yi eni so friva
asamo
oh yes wo mo ma ne emra fom and young command maame no me de me ka say the leadership no aye de ejina na nai so and afei the executives ni nyina no national and regional nyina no yan command omo na yan command omo ni ebisa se strike ni de wo mon ka so o maja yo
suspension
wo ma suspend strike no wo mo twan de eye ministry no e de beba on the table I think the next month no mo hwe anim se
26 no mbesa kwa kushia
26th of this month good and mo hwe anim se ministry no enkomo no mo di ye no won be hwe de ensunsanso e de eba se wo mo kosia ministry no on the 26th sa asem we ekode ama NDC for no muntie won kosia mo na still entiase anya adwuma no mo sanso hia ase se wo mo strike biemu a ye mpese obi abedi de obi atem Ghana ha ya mpese obi abedi de obi atem Ghana ha sei Ghana no nya atem didie na edi bu oman no aya adwenkyere na adwentoatoa na edi bu oman no health minister te ho problem aba solutions are profane nyina no aya work solutions say one met me a demonstration and strike for all they care one more maritime enko no nkonko ye adwuma solution a health minister na no dendend opposition profane no it took a year the parliamentary select committee on health so am be frame crofoi na woma kanyansa kasa ene nim di samka ene samwe ma akoma ye den eto yemo etre omo onzo go si omo no ni 2 hours from this statement by say womo I have a fruitful engagement na in the next few hours na di animu no womo de a roadmap beba so mo suspended strike na so mo ye den any nansa and omo buy say o ma suspended strike no enti yesra omo wo wo sia 26th wie na enti ase anya adwuma na nurse for take any decision atemdidie no chooses
na azamba konso aya na ebufu eya abufo so e wo ho ne se na wo kan yai na wenya some I don't know what's well omu na so come membu no because we MP for friends of Gwan and I say Gwan ya ti ono nya MP a wodi wo Fred Agbanyo say no deputy communications officer former and asam je fi betu no din Friday so somewhere 2018 mo you see na o ma sa ba baby say Indonesia na ma call off the strike and ma suspend no sabi yan se be no wo mu lives na ya loss no mo be na no ma restore those lives and also as a will be some questions be say dear na mo ye this year no answer mo call strike no because mo 50 preoccupy no mo call strike kokobo mo born from January say hey abandon no conditional services on here agree here on some maybe no but kofodu afo bi no mo say na sem fo bi no mo call court intanya yi bia no asabe e so say aban no implement no one day free say ko be implement na conditional services one day 8 na wo mu no because the tallest na captain money ade no keke kan ni ade no wo say ni na mpo na yesika ya gin financial ai bia monetary terms e bi kro wa e kind of bonipa na ba so ade ase and wo mo bokoko say ye ni abandada no ko into contractual agreement say the conditional service when here e dey account abane tiase na Muhammad court na di asem na me wura DCM amembu ofoforo ne aban foforo na aba nti NDC information vanya adwuma na go ni bone ne dey hia and now no health minister twa release the about say a new agreement, a new, which means among your margin somebody NPP Diana, woman nurse for a doctor for no coin, and nurse for no woman, a coin, a new condition of service. Okay, girls, one of the releases are a new condition of services, which means we and sound so a propaganda found a 2 months and more. I didn't maybe remove Sakaka say a 2 billion Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, I didn't do that. Almost 8 now, almost strike on 8 no, and a 2 billion no. Almost a general condition of service. It will be a dear woman. Profession be a public sector worker be an idiot woman. And we should be a wood and fall ya. Now, why then? What strike on it? Or demonstrate on it. But one man has if one or more idea one or moon as a sabi. Yet the 8 no. Yashani new free among the tallest now, a 2 billion or Mancasa man of one, Ediatus one. And it's a more share. No man provide solutions because Omoka say from June 2nd to June 4th. Wamu ade Kojaba Bobom Sanumuti, but Omoko now June 4th to June 8th, no. One more suspend OPD ne other services. Now June 9th, ne dear, a definite. Ano bia nyejuma. Okwa OPD maternal the antenatal ne ade ina no. Oma suspend it. It is sounding it was staring at us. And this it was staring at you. No, show me nim say, then you meko. In the man can say be Argentina or Koyana, Argentina, and somebody the one can but yeah, proactive because young person 26 in the bedu. No, my sound so I can say any cost strike or cry. And the Padoma we I don't tell much workers association from the car say a balance a per day, and more the best motion a yam acronym. Nipanankas all year, you macron put in Peu. No through or crano. I just say I don't how the beba. It's no, I am a do baby. Mestre. Say a 2 baby ya the akano on mine yebu in this a wona who are bemuno who ye no maybe person the politics for one then the opposition party no woman chances on so then on your politics ni be influential na amembo na ubu no fa so ben e be free so ye na ye politics ni fa so ben e na be free amembo na ubu no so and I'm going to say now, my magic be economic gains no, and we will say $10.6 billion reserves no so no ebwaye and I know maybe I'm go community benya some say a monetary policy rate and the good for a gold purchase agreement a gold board for maybe or more ye na 3 days pana se konto kwa afenya insuranso so nti no moye politics ni bebre wa membo mu a ye mu bi so wa ye de sa politics na na be hia mo amfa fa so mbra o man chichire ye Oscar me dey see
finally na ene ye nyina ye timi aso so enrada ena Fitch for ede eye ratings bi ebaye na womo say womo upgrade Ghana's credit rating to B following debt restructuring progress we ba chao NDC for no asomu aban papa ba na do wo so no womo downgrade yen ene aban papa ba John Mahama eba ye 5 months penny ya upgrade yen to B ana make say aya ya ka say NDC for parking kan ya aya edika yes wam de ade ne ba ye no a wo bo ho safo hene say wa ban papa na aba ma ene ya ka say ya upgrade yen no what bisa aya the key factors are and then a pushy aya Fitch for ma wam upgrade yen you find the key rating drivers. TBM or say relations with commercial creditors normalize. Abaino Ghana. The upgrade of Ghana's long-term foreign currency IDR to B from RD reflects Fitch's assessment that Ghana has normalized relations with a significant majority of external commercial creditors. Ghana restructured its $13.1 billion Euro bonds in October 2024. About $2.6 billion of non-performing external debt still needs to be restructured. Of this, Fitch considers $700 million to be commercial debt, representing 5% of the total external commercial debt initially included in the restructuring parameter. Ghana is negotiating with these outstanding commercial creditors and we assess holdout risks as small. The key we no enie say in October 2024 one man no to be born modern a restructure a year the debt of a year $13.1 billion in euro bonds and also no mutina at the upgrading from a year RD to B no and say the current administration what the way elbow hosa for hene say abai papa na aba no na 5 months nie why bibia ma fetch for upgrading from RD to B no ade pa na oye efa eye debt restructuring ho a enam so ama ani aye kasai ya upgrade ye
na say fetch for ankasa per the report no almost October 2024
that is it
and omutumi ebo modin ase omo ye debt restructuring ni ye and anya debt restructuring some
yes ya restructure yes eurobond okay. $13.1 billion
external debt ebo se ekobo no kase ya manoni sikemu ne ebo no eurobonds no you started say ye ne external creditors no kasa amanu memu adahodi
that is it
and it started 2024 2024 na ya bandada no penso and we all know say Abadana started that a year negotiation with your external creditors. One did the Womoka, China for no Womaka, a big crime of France near the but they be a Eurobond. Abadaba therefore near can was them. In the almost started some Mokasa. So, and you do baby so economy no is stable because Obekea can Ofori-Atta catch say, man, they care for back crash it. But your started say, your name external creditors Nikasa because which means John Roman Mama His Excellency and started say where your payment be because a Canadian ho yan fan tell in the to first say this is just the beginning no the number who don't obey the egu na come yes I am memuo me dey be make say regardless of the political party wo di aban no I am memuo obi na bebe ye no mo kasa me bia eboko e say about this time Ghana hu na awe because e kai de no e kai de the Eurobonds akase akodi no Masa, you to me I settle that debt now because NPP pens one because of cash on Kasa in no ye move by him and a dear by any more a buy no so high in the Accra more to me ye and you may be our man and the sound the Ankaba Chairman Kawasa Guswa ye triaka and would triak and swa automatically or man who met no because who do be kana wutia usi kana wona wo dey certain fie nua ma no wo dey tete fie ho ka ne ade no wo dey project ne ade no contract ne ade no eno no so no ena wo dey tua ka no Dubai then na wetumi ayesa nua no nti no ohwa yes GDP about the dani food so no I didn't say the growth to domestic product no na 5.7% but and they ohwa the real GDP if it's for as project here 4% 4% say amani benyini akobe 4% that's the real one omo culture energy for now they know the man kan wasem and the man kan wasem
and the nya de ombetimi aka ho
say wo ma upgrade you to be no ntino and the no ano no
so I'm say finance minister ne John Mahama aban papa ba no de hye egu apono so
and I work no the indicators na so mo gina so mo de analysis no mo person me free solution na upgrade and be no yes o man mu adwo kakra and abandada no na hye sanuema no and mu adwo and wo grade you say wo hye no ene ni abandada ne ye na wo to aso no sa na be ko ne de a ene mema obi but be do be better before there wa
unze we mu no yeah sanka fetch for ebe downgrade ye ne a ko mbeka se eye anamon bone a abandada ne etu ye
nice one
enti na o ma downgrade ye na adwuma kese ya ba se president Mahama ye dey e hye ne yie na ye san so upgrade ye upgrade ne ba ye de wo mo hunu nyansa se eye John Mahama ne finance minister na aye bibi ye ka ne pen se wo mo nya hwe ye key drivers no I say bond ye can say Eurobonds no ye timi restructure ye no in October 2024 no and no and nam so amene ye ka say and ye economy indicators no aye stable kakra de amaye ne a wo upgrade ye from RD to aye B no etin abanya wotiso enim ho maachi montie biem aban no wotiso no wonim ho maachi wonim ho maachi a anka aban a waba 5 months so na so say wa ma seed na gina ne nan so ama fa nwo buo so ba famo wo be to bomb wo bi kuro mu a wo de ho ayam hyehye ne ho ahomete eba be share wo finance and then energy minister say one farm measures mra wo how na free ho ba no eba de be so ano and so ano be na wotimi de so ano ntia city no appreciate ye so ano be it is wo na wo ye ya wo antidote to the problem de dada it is when wo yan so ba be ka say wo ministers no emfa and sise enwu apno so you can use the old strategy to salvage situation ebe free ho aban.
Yes.
What you say? Yeah. And clearly, Pefe say this current government has no idea. Economic gains and economic buffers are improving. They have no idea. Woman ye emfa hoye. Tiebiamu. Woman ye omofa at the papa bia emaya. And nam swama ye nyats against no. I bind that.
Yes, a fitch there. Oscar Mincho and the fitch the on no share. And you may be a cost for many. And a day dollar no obianim say about 10-20 billion idea. Obianim say inflation no about say 18%. Obianim say at least yan a kabia a day and start to say a service cano. Into sika wo manim dollar no any city na ho ade no city na ya ho ade ni idea. It fitch some man on so show. And what they upgrade wo because na no penso ye share covid into post covid ni mu no na no memu akwa tare e de ama anti no say fitch e downgrade NPP amembo e wo kwan bi stress kasemu a eno no na nyoma bi na esie then after Russia Ukraine war so bebo mu it is you were not expecting say on be upgrade Ghana because eno bi na esie it downgrade no mo downgrade Ghana no no na anya impa na Ghana for mbo na wanwa but you see his excellency John Dramani Mahama ba you be anim say clearly he is not servicing any debt clearly no be anim say abandada ne bi oye no ana ma inflation no and they etumi atiaba from inflation go 54% 2022 December na 54.1%. Yewura 2023 e be ya inflation start dropping kakra o ma na about 1 + 1 bi na start akọ -3 ne ade abandada ne janu 21.5 or yes 21.5 or 22%. NPP penso with approximately 23% na nduru sa NDC ba ye na me kan say because of the inshishaya NPP ye no omotumi abomania ma about 21.2 and nanu ye about 18 point I think say 18 point something percent aye ni enim say ye magana foi na but ane wonye ye no onje ho maachi aye wo penso and wo aba beto so because yes amembu no eye ntoaso but yera eye kesa to ba force kasen bi iska me fa no nfenwie I say I assure you this is only the beginning. We are unwavering in our resolve to fully revive the economy and deliver lasting relief and shared prosperity to you. Hallelujah. Any problem? The good people of Ghana, inflation which peaked at over 50% in early 2023 has now declined to 18.4. As of May last month, the lowest in more than 3 years. Fitch projects it will continue falling. Fitch neka say reaching 15% because NPP say omufra bem 1% common inflation no eba a single digit. Jali so month panya kura no 15% the NPP say omo de be si no meja odi ama abanfoforo yi. But entumi anwie mu na omufri so 22-23%. It will person go 15%. This is not the first time inflation ba single digit. Ye okofo ofri so no na inflation is 15.3%. 15 is it 50? No, Mahama inflation is 15.3%. Kufoja no 9% thereof. Kufoja 9%. And Mahama ne yewra atames omufri so na ye 15.3%. Into inflation no anya de bia na ekwa single digit. Ya bomb pay inflation go betumi aba lowest. But first what you say inflation so aba from bebre so affect on mine no so enema bi. For example, and they enema bu aba from ma cement eton 2 Ghana cedis Oscar the producer no obey no produce cement no aton 2 Ghana cedis wa black clinker no okoto a oton in dollars ni ade no the best cement no enti no inflation so etumi ha o man wo mo nim no inflation etumi ha o man production be slow e be low because o produce a ade alufole into produce what on the phone is and never so many be for so and then won't produce cra and I know as one of the famous manufacturing companies almost close it down all because of dollar na ever from no some cement manufacturing companies almost close it down temporarily because of dollar na ever from no because okotono clinker no in a way ebo no wo so kakra minimum na or the bag na ha no so nya no ko fio kakra nkra wo so enti no inflation dia yakasa nkoso bebrebe but say deflation aseti ina deflation eno ne inflation ne reverse a deflating e ba from hwimu a ya ho ba kire ba sa enti mama inflation no e hoping pa man e hoping hwim at least e hoping kakra ne hunu sa at least producer no so manufacturer no also manufacturer obenya kunto em dia manufacturer na na mabo afofofo a obeda no manufacturer da bro set on alfoli enti inflation setting ina man so ho ba kire wo kwambi so me da say
finally no adano ada I think na last week me gina aka say MPP amanyoku no wo ma ya moa omo woni ama hwegu a na wo hihya wo no ane ama hwegu na wo hihya no na behu ne hihya yi o do you get it time wa abandada no di e-levy eba ye hunu de NDC for eyeye e wo Ghana mboa okay wo mo ya ma sika na ya target is na ya project is ya nsabeka afin mu no due to the slow pace of the passage of the bill no sika na so teye ama projections aban ne ye nyina amamu amano
sure
e ko wi a kire no wam koye meeting say ya mo mabaso me kai haru na adrisu mo say ya mo mabaso say wam atete aban no ama e-levy no sika aban project ye no ne nsanka MPs ni bi ekọ wam constituencies ekoye town hall meetings edintro propagate agenda bi say e-levy ni ye bone na ekọ na nado afa so dia be hwia mobro afo sika e wo memu ase Ebajo e-levy ni dumso levy am de bayi ensunsansu ewo mu no ana ensunsuni ewo mu no eso pa
sure very very
e-levy wo ye eye transactions a ye till 1%
yeah
enti say ukoko yi sika na wo send sika 1000 Ghana cedis a e-levy 1% ni yes 10 cedis meboa
yeah
okay dum so levy am de abai a sensen hoi woto eye a liter of fuel a President Mahama ne NDC abai timodinfo ese yentil 1 Ghana cedi meanwhile so there are some 95 pesos at the so de adaw eti yete 1 cedi na ka ho woto a gallon a yeah, 4 cedi 50 pesos.
Yeah.
The party way any e-levy. There were no more remo.
Okay, Osga.
Oh yeah, meba. There no more remo.
Okay.
At the end, and party no as we speak now. One more year press conferences mienu mi ensabino. Wo mi nyina tiada. Wo bi ankasa mfa ho biemu o. And can be one Monya demonstration upon demonstration, even though one postpone the date, for the implementation there. But I don't tell you what come. One come here. One more time at the right time, no. A mujua, no the other. One the aba.
Sure.
And to be who ye as a party, I'm your positioner. More pa bemuaba. You take advantage of certain things. When you can be. Ma take over radio stations. I want Ghana constituency biano MPP new or MPP MP or often constituencies no so and yeah regional party no should take care of the orphan constituencies in the region. Now woman take you over the radio stations and TV stations constituencies are who do no one propagate this agenda and Ghana for say near women bano. Any nyancha e-levy at the Baidwa. One more year, botugu yano. I didn't know where. What are they doing about it? What your position? Mebua. Oh, yeah, Mebua. Woman, you are better than watch it.
And the embassy mum.
Emma so. And woman study. Woman study work. They should take undue advantage on certain things. Issues with the say. What gumu town hall meetings upon town hall meetings. Namo ye. Motiwo. Meboa. Samotiwo.
Okay.
And then I'm here found.
Oscar, a challenge, a challenge. Because, and I know say, I think it's the last week, and the last 2 weeks, this D levy by the energy sector amendment levy, I think it's 1184 was at the end of the home because it's so much say this, no. Me, when people communicators in the museum, be some say, hey, Namono no say communication, we understand. And then come on, who can is almost is here. And yet, one because me can't say when ya. Obia nipa be 2 or 3 omba me bi so say ntemu D levy mon kasa ho asemo gyan sa end this opposition eya ho town hall meeting say na wo kan say NPP with the finance minister any me can say second omba na I was there Fatima Abubakar deputy information minister then Europon Kroma information minister any Ofori-Atta finance minister then omba town hall meeting hwenya cake any ne man for be ye wo ho distracting the whole thing. And you baby crying, you're a kind of Ofori-Atta. Yes, Kek, speak to your men to stop talking. Kek, yes, I was there. No, more than few. Kek, speak to your men. Let them stop talking. At least we are giving you something. We are explaining things to you. Kind of Ofori-Atta was speaking this way. Kek, tell your men to stop. And Omo, also youth center on the Hosa. Na boy say go plus the yesterday from and Kumasi soldiers near the omo this ifoi civil Americans and cry almost to tugum abambi o mu bia no mo bo abanda aban na o mu no mo bo na chi ntomo and is for no mu gu omo ya saade no aye de dem a town hall meeting no aye fruitful aye de yem fili interviews aye na no de nko a background noises ni ade Oscar hwe e-levy 2022-2023 in the first 2023 year no abanu nya ye no na 1.19 billion Ghana cedis. Yera the then deputy finance minister his may so rest in peace John Apontiakuma me cast a press conference on that said 2023 umunya 1.19 billion Ghana cedis. And ye whole year but yan hwa de and ye e-levy yan hwa D levy last year statistically almost say fewer liters you use here or memu around 5.7 billion liters and you use here and you know there times 1 Ghana cedi by 5.7 billion me but afibiano abawe do was say schedule do was no we dey free wo it's not 5.7 billion because liters are you use here no 5.7 billion liters and abane say obeju 1 cedi e wo liter bia so 1 times 5.7 billion 5.7 billion into no 11 years say krono de wi aban no awia yen awia etu botom aban and otutu e botom yi 1% every botom musimu ntua omo calculate ye no omo use mobile money no omo dodo no mpo enrusa but aban no bono madi antumi nya 1.19 billion do baby credit table from by 800 million ade because now as a massive campaign against the e-levy and this for no more years ade no and then sankamu implement this D levy no na ka fibia no and this abebe hwia 5.7 billion Ghana cedis every year ordinary Ghanaians no 5.7 billion and 1.19 billion the end so 5.7 billion but NPP communicators to binum bo adwuma de be dodo na
maybe they may say the national party no woman na say womo ehihye saade no demonstration upon demonstration town hall meetings on town hall meetings MPs no more parliament no one more constituencies now town hall meetings kire mu dia kire amanfo ne say D levy no aban we the bar krono a wo ba onie sika wo wi afiri ubotom onie na wo hunu ade na adeban wo lo bedu ante ase what ase enti say wo take his advantage no town hall meetings upon town hall meetings no kro ne ba ade na MPP ehua ni free sa ade no a NDC fo ade ye omu no motiwo my press conferences mienu miense no ano no atiada asa eno ano no opposition enu nie mama nimri o the party cannot afford to lose the next general elections The party cannot afford to lose the next general elections. So the ones in the banner will be say, and ya papa. Now, what take you undue advantage? And the propaganda the tiawa. At the end of the day, no, when ya a year, where were any panani mu say, Adena and Paba de Banana Papa. No more dinasu to a betiawa. Or also do a day ban, the NS we had found. Yes. It doesn't stop with the press conferences, I'm a whole do.
And if you grano is used.
What is wrong with this people?
Affecting all.
I know Bia.
But this D11 is
Bia.
Nina, yeah.
Now what you want?
But me the room, but
what you want?
What do you say? I said to
what you want?
I don't know. What topics near the moment? No, Banamabeka. At least Uba spend just 2 minutes on D11 and topics no dear. But the amount 10 minutes on a topic. Because I was spending 2 minutes and I discussing D11.
What your mother? Me put the communicators and I'm no man.
Okay, okay.
The National Party, no.
Okay.
And the MPs, no. And a regional party, no.
And so come to me.
Hold the town hall meetings.
I want to me. I'm
taking over radio and TV stations. I ain't bet you. I can't bet you. Now I'm taking over. MPs no more come conference, no more quiet town hall meetings. No more move. Well, how was I dealing in the beba? Motiwa. Eje adwuma ne de agu ya nkwa ya so ade no no. Ah? Ade no no. Ya nkwa na adwuma enti ya nkwa enti binyo. I am telling you. Ya nkwa enti binje.
So papa.
Ya nkwa enti binya adwuma no. Enti no mo no ayaya adwuma de aboa mo no amaja adwuma de agu ya so no medwene ho amente ase ade na amo.
But dey am yan so zika. Okay, me join team in chair, but as appreciation in more.
What is that?
Me nimu from the outside, you know, me who appreciation in ye. And so because
what is that?
This is the only TV and radio station you have as a party. I'm to me they propagate some. But make us be man be but make us say at least obi ya de krana text message no WhatsApp crampo no. Oh, you people are I don't know. Okay, the man face I kwa.
They should take advantage of sa ade no aban no eteso a wo ye no. No munya bibi fa ho eno ano no. Ya fa nkomonisi. Ya na obi bia ase. Bibi wa beka de kwato. Bibi ani ho. Okay, ya so no ma menya birthday wish we. Ene eye bi obi kra ni full name ye de ya Rebecca me. Bernard Owusu. Anadi your friends. Oh my God. Now your name will keep FM. Bernard Owusu Boateng. Bernard Owusu Boateng. B.O.B. Happy birthday, Uncle Enfamao. Happy birthday. Going out there to Bernard Owusu Boateng. B.O.B. Nyamedi afiba kwa ka unfi ho. Na yese de ama nyina ne se wonye okese won pagya wo ma won kwatenti ahoden wo mu na eniema nso enkoyie emfa emma etino happy birthday going out there to Bernard Owusu Boateng, formerly na o Cape FM Sport Head. Bernard Owusu Boateng B.O.B. Na MC o Achimasa radio o ayirebi empatebu ho adopei nhira enkan nyame de afeba kwa ka unfi ho yesrese wonom mu anoma onyinchi ahoden wo mu akomaso abisade nyina anso no wonye na wonhwe na emremu emfa emma abusia yede yesi yana team ni nyina ase ochema ba abna yaro same mana prek kelly yede ase papa bidin Osikani Frimpong Manso yemi emuso na ya crossover to Wontumi TV Kumasi Wontumi Sports Buffet ebeba premutu ana wahia abena ne ochema ba nom de ewia premutu breka se ebona ba na kai na se no susu se ene no nan bo a ochema ba etena se na ode omani puntu dwumadi enso atoa so. Good morning.